Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today for another watch along. Let's get some tunes on. Let's get some tunes on in the background. It's time for Newcastle United versus Spurs in the Premier League. Hey, Baldy, how you doing? The server is broken. Well, in what way is it broken, guys? I need a bit more specifics than that. There's nothing I can do about it right now because I'm live. I'll have to have a look at it later. But let me know, in what way is it broken? Like, you know, how so? What we're talking about here? What we're talking about? Let me know. Hopefully it'll be all good. Hopefully I can sort it out at some point. New layout. Hope you guys like the new layout. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about it, basically. But yes, it's Newcastle. In fact, let's have a look at the actual starting 11 for Newcastle. I did the Spurs one, but I didn't finish the. I didn't finish the Newcastle one. Yes, Josh, how you doing? You can speak in out of context chat, even though you're in time. Is that the only way you can talk in, James? Oh, that's fine. Whoever made the out of context chat then didn't make it right. That's all. That's easily edited. Is that the only one you can speak in though, James? Because if so, that's an easy fix. Just means it hasn't had the right thing set up. That's all. Yeah, it'll just be the out of context chat won't have been set up properly when it was. Because I didn't make that one. I don't know who did it. Yeah, there you go. It's just about setting permissions and the thing for certain roles. What I think about the Leicester Man U game. I didn't actually. I still haven't seen the goals honestly because I was at the game. I was at the City match yesterday. There will be a match day vlog coming out on the YouTube channel today, by the way, guys, from that game. But yes, I didn't actually watch it, but I heard about it. I heard about some of the goals. I heard about some pretty suspect defending from the likes of Maguire, for example. So I will be excited to watch that on catch up, to be honest. But either way, in terms of the results, as a result, obviously a shit result for Man United. More questions about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Is he the right man for the job? I still don't think he should be sacked at this point. But long term, do I think he's the right man for the job? Almost definitely not. In all honesty, that's a sad thing to say because I do like Ole. He seems like a very nice, sincere person. So that's an issue. But there you go. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the match. That was my take on it anyway. I do need to watch it to actually see what the situation is there. But today we're doing Newcastle versus Spurs. So let me know, guys, what your score predictions are for this game. I don't actually know what I'm going to predict for this one. I think I'm going to go. I feel like Newcastle are going to lose. Maybe the players might be, buoyed by the recent news in the investment or whatever. But I do think that I don't know. In terms of a squad, they are literally fighting against relegation. So in terms of my prediction, there is Amanda Staveley, the bitch. She's got a very weird face, hasn't she? Like, she definitely rides horses, let's be honest. So I do think the Spurs are going to win, and I think it's going to be a boring match. I'm going to say a 1-0, honestly. I apologise I apologise for predicting it's going to be a bad game, but I can just see it being that way, to be honest. Let me know what your predictions are, though, in the old chat, as I just go live on the old TikTok, so people are aware that we are live in general. We are live! We're live out here. We got Mo. How you doing, Mo? Hello, babes. Even though you say I'm a bad Discord owner, but whatever. I guess I'll have to let it slide because because you're my viewer. But I don't forgive. I do not forget, and I do not forgive. Oh, God. I love watching the United fans react to the goals from the kickoff and how they're celebrating, and then Via scores in 20 seconds. Yeah, this is why I need to. This is why I really need to see the. This is why I really need to see the thing. What is this? I have no idea who that is. Letty. I think it's coming from the Facebook. I might have to stop streaming to Facebook if there's going to be spam people like that. How do you get a mod thing as well? That's weird, because you're not a moderator on Facebook, so that's really odd. So let me just deal with that. I love dealing with technical stuff, don't you guys? There we go. Oh! Right. I'm here now. What's going on? Did I go to the first home game after the takeover? So what's the atmosphere like before and after? No, I don't think I had a season ticket in 2008. It was, wasn't it? I didn't have a season ticket, so I did not go to the game. In terms of like, I do remember. I think I was on holiday when the takeover happened. I vaguely remember being on holiday, and I think I vaguely remember like thinking, oh, like the stadium's going to be not the City Manchester Stadium anymore, and I was sort of a bit, I was a bit questioning that. I didn't know whether I was happy with that or not. But I can't actually remember the exact circumstances, to be honest. I think I remember being excited. Yes, Kieran, how are you doing, man? I genuinely, Kieran, I don't know what the Everton score was. I think you were live streaming it. How did that game end? I honestly don't know. So if they lost, I'm not trolling you. I actually don't know. 2-0 Spurs, says Josh. I'm going to go for a 1-0. Spurs aren't a very high scoring side, and Newcastle are very defensive and shit. Even though they now have the wealthiest owners, they are still a bit shit. So that's why I'm going to say that. Darius wants to come to NUFC. Darius, if you come to the Twitch streams when we do the FIFA streams, then there's no reason why we can't give you a role at the club. That's what we do. I do give people roles in the club. That is a thing. Oh gosh, have I done that? Did not mean to do that, Teehee. Why does that go all the way? Oh, I love this. Right, there we go. And we'll do that. Rate the football chat, by the way, boys. What do you make of the new style? What do you make of the new style? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. We lost 1-0. We were awful, not bothered though, because we didn't have Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin, where your big boy strike force is gone. That does make sense. Was it at Everton or was it at West Ham? That's the Kieran versus Georgia derby, isn't it? But yes, also guys, rate the new setup. You know, we've got the chat, we've got the green. I've got the green screen out. Unfortunately, you can see the background of it. That is how green screens work, unfortunately. But hopefully, you like the setup in general. It was at Goodson Half Stadium. Left 85 minutes. Oh god. They lose today. They have the reason to want him gone. He's going to go after this game. I thought they're doing next year second media. Like, who's this? Sorry. Is this? Are we talking? Oh, sorry, Body. I missed your chat. I missed your thing earlier. People that want him out don't realise the options right now don't work. Zidane. I don't rate Zidane as a manager. Honestly, I'm with you there. Conte plays football. They didn't like with Mourinho. Yeah, I think that Conte long term. I don't know if that's the best policy to go for. Also, I don't. Conte's great. Can he win a Premier League with Fred in midfield? I don't know. Baldy, I don't want it to look fine. I want it to look beautiful. You know. Ben, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. Well, it has been. It's been a while since you've been to a stream, Ben. That'll be why. But good to see you again, my man. How are you doing? How are you doing, sir? What were your thoughts on the? Leicester game, by the way? The performance from the lads. It was pretty dire, I suggest. But let me know what you think. We are about to kick off, by the way. Players are about to take the knee, as they do, indeed. I'm happy to say at the Etihad, in terms of players taking the knee, one person booed it the first... Oh, we kicked off, by the way. One person I overheard boo it the first time, but I haven't heard anyone boo it since. So that's good. That's good, I guess. That's some progress. Spurs playing in their questionable third kit today. It's the purple one today. Not sure how I feel about it, but there we go. Oh, exciting news. Exciting news again. You'll notice that I'm looking up, and that's because thanks to the Patreon, thanks to the Nobblets, I now have... Hello, Mo, how you doing, babe? I now have, thanks to the Nobblets and the Patreon, the means to... I've invested into Sky Sports and BT Sports, so I'm watching it on a TV. I know, craziness, but I'm actually watching it on a TV through the official Sky Q box rather than Sky Go. So no, there is no more delay. There is no more watch-along delay, so you don't need to worry about spoiling anything, because I'll be watching it at the exact same time as you. Exciting times, I know. The Royal Hodgson, when you talk about Newcastle. Oh, sorry, you mean Bruce. Oh, I understand. I mean, honestly, even if they win today, I still would be amazed if Bruce lasted the week. Like, he's just... I talked about it in my Newcastle Takeover video on my YouTube. I just don't think he's a good manager, Steve Bruce. I understand he's been, what's the word, limited by resources, but so was Graham Potter. So have, like, former Swansea managers who've done well. I don't think he's ever done well at any club he's ever been at, and not having the funds isn't really good enough. Newcastle here on the attack, and they've already scored the goal immediately! And the Saudi Arabia era has kicked off with a goal for Callum Wilson, and there is Amanda Staveley sandwiched in between two men, not for the first time, I'm sure, and it's Callum Wilson with the goal. And Spurs immediately are in the mud, and that's a perfect start for Newcastle. Their number 9 means a lot at Newcastle, and there you go. And there you go. I was just having to go at Steve Bruce, and immediately Newcastle score a goal. This is poor play by the Spurs number 12, whoever that is. That might be Emerson. Jolinton plays it into Willock. He sees St. Maxim, and St. Maximum plays a nice ball onto the right-hand side, and Wilson with the diving header. That's a lovely goal. Honestly, Reguilon didn't know where to go. Lovely ball in. That was by Manquillo. Oh, Manquillo's in my fantasy, but I think I left him on the bench. No. Oh, but there you go. And Newcastle, it's already 1-0. And it's kicking off. Yes, there is no more delay. Absolutely. I'm a fraud. Mo, the only fraud here is you. Burnford. Oh, Josh, I saw someone wearing I went to the match yesterday. I saw someone wearing a third kit. It was terrifying. That ruins all our predictions. Yeah, I said one. Yeah, right. Amended predictions, guys. I'll still say Spurs to win. I'll say they win 2-1 now, I guess. This is going to be a tough game for Spurs. The absolute push. Newcastle getting so overwhelming. Yeah. Well, obviously, 2 minutes in, it's already done them good. Yes, century. No worries at all. Joyce asks, is Kane past his prime? He's still in his prime. He's 29 years old. He's still in his prime, for sure. It's dangerous to write Harry Kane off. We can have a look at some... And you guys know how much I love XG, so obviously I've incorporated XG into the streams. And we can have a look at the XG as the match progresses. There we go. Newcastle already winning 1-0. Who'd have thunk it? Not me, that's who. Bruce did well at Hull, did he? Did he? I thought he got sacked and or relegated. Am I misremembering? I apologise if I am, but I thought he did shit. Let me know though. I'm obviously willing to be proven wrong on that. Let's make your poi a bit bigger. Look at that. On the fly, adaptation. They call me on the fly. Yes, Curtis. Curtis, that matchday vlog will be out today. Just haven't had a chance to put the video together, but it will be out today. So just keep your eye on that. I know you're asking about it earlier. No, I know you've got water polo training century. I'm not going to fall for my lack of remembering anymore. It is Finn. How you doing? Thoughts on City family stand atmosphere? I used to sit in the family stand when I was younger. But yeah, it was good. It's obviously not. There's obviously not as much singing as, you know, what's it, like the South Stand. But if you're young, especially, or if you're older, or you're with your family, it's brilliant. Are they even a Man City fan for terrorising innocent children with the gut-wrenching sight of the third kit? Yeah, it was just one random guy on his own, Josh. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Steve Bruce at Hull was class. He's got done dirty when they saw all his players in the Bayern one. Oh, fair enough then, Bod. You'll know more about it than me. I just remember him being shit, but obviously I've misremembered. Or I've just lied. I'm a big boy man, Sentry. I'm a big boy man. I mean, Joyce, let me know what your thoughts are. Because you asked the question, is Kane past his prime? Let me know what you think. By the way, guys, you'll see there's a ticker on the bottom of the screen. If you type into the chat !DOTD, aka debate of the day, then you'll be able to see what the debate of the day is. In the past, we've had it on screen, but to just make it a nicer thing, I've taken it off the actual chat. Sorry, I've taken off the actual screen. So if you want to get involved in the debate of the day, see what the debate of the day is, just type in !DOTD in the chat. And already that lack of a delay on my watch-along is paid dividends, because that was the first goal that wasn't spoiled. You love to see it. You really do. We can watch it in real time. And Joe Linton's playing nice ball onto the left-hand side. Richie couldn't quite get his arse on it, unfortunately for him. There we go. But Newcastle are doing well in these opening exchanges, honestly. That big ex-lawyer brain. No, I'm still a lawyer, Sentry. But I'm just not a practicing one. That's the difference. That is the difference. Yeah, so, I mean, there is the bot thought. When will Newcastle United win the Premier League? And the follow-up question, will they win the Premier League before Manchester United? I think that's quite... It's a dual-edged question, but let me know what... I actually thought of the question before the United result yesterday. The Man United result yesterday. So it's not just based on that. Why didn't Vita do the C? Oh, did he not? Because, yeah, he definitely should have done. Hey, Ash, how you doing? Newcastle will never know it. Oh, really? OUFC, thank you so much for following. Do feel free to get involved in the chat if you'd like to. They'll turn into an Everton, but Baldy, they're gonna be rich though. Like they're actually gonna have the means to splash the cash. I actually see this as an interesting one. I think Newcastle, assuming that they go on the trajectory I think they're going to go on, I think in 7 years they will be challenging for the top 4. Like they'll become the modern day, you know, like United or whatever, in terms of like challenging for that 4th spot. I think it'll still be City, Chelsea, Liverpool mainly. But I do think in like around 10 years, maybe 10 to 15, I do think they will win a Premier League title. Will they win it before Man United do? Not so sure. But that's an interesting one. I think that's an interesting one to discuss. Joyce says, I just think he's sad about not getting the move. Joyce, I agree. I don't think he's playing poorly on purpose. But when you experience a disappointing setback in your career, because he wanted to come to City, obviously, when you experience that setback, it's going to affect him more mentally than anything else. I reckon it'll take them about 8+ years to win a Premier. So that's interesting, Ben. So when do you think United will next win a? When do you think United will next win a Premier League? Because I don't really see them winning it in the next, let's say, 5 years, for example. Don't see City or Chelsea or Liverpool going anywhere anytime soon. NUFC FC to win the Prem before United. I love that confidence. They won't win it within the next 10 years. United will have heartbreak finishing around 2nd and 3rd for about 7 or 8 years, and then maybe finally win. Says Century. Everton are rich. All seem to be as rich as like if they don't spend right, it won't work. But I think the difference is Everton can't. Like there was a thing like this season, for example, Everton just couldn't spend that much, whereas Newcastle will be. Newcastle Stadium is much bigger. They'll be able to make much more from match day income. They're going to have a bigger investment into their commercial revenue increases. They might go down the City line and create a club network. Here comes Spurs with Lucas Moura bursting through the middle. Dispossessed by Jolinton, good defensive work by him. Man City has been right after the first few years. Then this, but yeah, Body. So my sort of thing was, so City in 2008 they bought the likes of Robinho, and in 2009 they bought the likes of Adebayor. But because City were in a better starting point, they were already like a top 10 side. That then elevated them to a top 6 side, and they could sign, you know, Yaya Toure, David Silva, and that elevated them to a top 4 side. And then they signed Aguero, and that obviously elevated them to a championship winning side. Liverpool, City, Chelsea just too strong. Yeah, for now, definitely. Obviously, we don't know what the landscape will look like in 10 years. Spurs to win a trophy before United win the Prem again. Not with Nuno. Who's going to win the Prem first, Newcastle or Arsenal? Newcastle. I don't think Arsenal, unless Arsenal have a serious change in ownership or a mentality shift, I don't see Arsenal challenging again for maybe a generation. And that's not over exaggerating, I don't think. If we can get in a proper manager within 5, but if we stick with Ollie for too long, say 10+. Ben, what's your situation on the Ollie in, Ollie out thing? Liverpool squad's aging and squad depth is shit. I can see a collapse coming in the distance. I think they'll just need a rebuild century. Hey, FIFA Johan. Is it Johan or Johan? Or just John? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me today. Game is set for Newcastle to win. Well, they got the early goal, and Newcastle are a defensive side. You know I love a bit of XG, and you can see on the stats the Spurs literally haven't had any shot or chances created so far. I know we're only 10 minutes in, but it's not a good sign for them. They've dominated all of the ball, but haven't been able to do anything with it. Hey, Oliver. We've got Brain Sample. How are you doing, Brain Sample? Unfortunately, Spurs are losing. I can see you're a Spurs fan. Oh, it's Johan like Cruyff. Excellent stuff, Johan. Thank you so much for correcting me. How are you doing, though, Johan? Guys, if you haven't given me a score prediction, let me know what your score prediction is. Bryce asks, when's the next Nabinho FC stream? Bryce, that will be tomorrow. Nabinho FC, we'll be doing that tomorrow. The fact Newcastle even a win against a top 5 team is a win. Where do you think Spurs are going to finish? I feel like, speaking of sacking managers, I just think that, I think Nuno's a lost cause. I know it's early days, but if I was a Spurs fan, I'd be like, just get him out now, because I don't understand what the point of him is. He wasn't the first choice. I don't even think he was the second choice manager. His football's not great. It's not the quote Tottenham way. Spurs do have a shot from about 1,000,000 yards out from Højbjerg. I just don't really understand the appointment. Yes, Johan, I'm great. I had my parents round last night. Me and Mrs. Nobbins cooked for them. I made homemade pasta. If you want to have a look at if you want to see what the pasta looked like, a picture was put into the Discord server. So if you want to join the Discord server to have a look at that, it's just !Discord in the Twitch chat. I made fresh tagliatelle, and I made it with we made it with scallops and Anton Deck in the crowd, and Parma ham and oil and garlic. It was litty titty. It was lit. He's taken as far as he can, but now he needs to fuck off. I think give him end of season then, personally for me. I hate the Newcastle kit so much. It's so gut-wrenchingly ugly, man. You say Newcastle win 2-0. Oh, really? I said Spurs 1-0, I think, or was it 2-0? I don't know. It was 1-0 already. That prediction's in the mud. Oh god, Mohammed bin Salman's in the chat. What are your thoughts on your new club, Mohammed? Let me know. Essentially, I just said that I think you're right. Liverpool will need a rebuild, but I mean, Baldy can sing the praises of FSG. I do think they'll be able to do that rebuild. I think they'll be able to do it, especially if Klopp stays. If I was to replace, I'd get Conte in the summer or Zidane now. I don't even know if I rate Zidane, honestly. I think he might be a bit of a myth. Well, I'm willing to be proven wrong on that, but right now I don't think he would be the right man for United. I think Conte, short term, would be good. Long term, I'm not sure. But I do think Conte is up there with Klopp and Pep in terms of that elite bracket of manager. I don't think there are any other managers in that bracket, really. I think it is Conte, Klopp and Pep all in their own little tier. And then the tier below that is, Tuchel, and maybe like Ancelotti or whatever. I think maybe Zidane even in the tier below that. City have been very lucky having an amazing manager all these years. I hope we don't have this type of conversation after Pep leaves. Well, here comes Spurs with Ndombele. The space over on the right for Lucas Moura. Harry Kane in the middle. It's too deep by Moura, and it goes out for a throw-in for Newcastle. That was shit from Lucas. Poor end product. Noah's All Curtis, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Mohammed says we were going to win the Champions League.
I'm telling you right now, we're going to win the Champions League!
That's Mohammed bin Salman right now.
I'm being shady.
Hey, your boy Caleb, thank you so much for following the stream. Do feel free to get involved in the chat. We're just talking about Manchester United's managerial woes. Of course, we can do that. Rebuild. FSG will give them the necessary funds to complete whatever rebuild necessary. There you go. And this is why Baldy is FSG in. No worries at all, Sentry. Enjoy your water polo sesh. Hope you have a good time. Score some goals, or do you score goals or points in water polo or dunks? I don't know what the scoring system is, honestly. I do not know. I don't claim to know, though, to be honest. It's goals. There you go. Score some goals, and Century. Score the goals to make Nobbins happy. That's how you do it. Your boy Caleb. Is this your first chat? It's a lovely day for Caleb. Caleb, let me know what football club he supports, and I need to ask you. Oh, I just dropped my pen, and I'm going to ask you a very important question after that. A question that only gets asked to people who take part in the chat. Yes, Lucas, how you doing? Caleb asks, do I play football IRL? I used to play with my mates, not like to any form of level, but I used to just play it genuinely with my friends. But in terms of professionally or even Sunday League, no, absolutely not. And this is, Lucas, this is your first time chatting. Oh, here's Ndombele on the edge of the box, and what a goal that is! What a finish by Tanguy Ndombele. He is a baller. I love Ndombele. It's such a shame he's playing under Nuno, but what a strike that was. The goalkeeper, I don't think really had a chance, honestly. That was a fantastic goal. Let's have another look at this. It's just Route 1 stuff, really, up to Reguilon. Lovely direct pass into Ndombele. He just enters the box and he curves it into the goalkeeper's left. Lascelles doesn't quite get close enough. Goalkeeper's got no chance. It actually ends up going into the side netting, I think. And one of the supporters in the Newcastle ends did this. They celebrated. That was weird. She's going to get mugged after this game. Goodness me. But Spurs have responded with a fantastic goal by Ndombele. That is his first Premier League goal this season for the Frenchman. What a strike that was. That was lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Yeah, so your boy Caleb, I don't really play football. I do like football, but I'm awful at it. And yes, Lucas, just joined Twitch. You're a lovely man. Lovely stuff, Lucas. And you're a Bayern Munich fan. Caleb's a Man United fan. Excellent. I'm a Man City fan, but we don't just do football Man City streams. We also do neutral streams. So to both Caleb and Lucas. Lucas, by the way, do make sure to follow the stream if you haven't done so already. I need you to answer this very important question. What is your shoe size? What is your shoe size? Let me know what your shoe size is. Yes, Mohamed's booing now. I don't want to be the Newcastle manager. Definitely not me. Thank you, Lucas, for following. Nobbins was in a City Academy, but he got a knee injury. Yeah, I could have gone pro, but for that. Lucas, are you from Germany, by the way? With Bayern Munich being your favourite club? Nah, Joyce, I wasn't really. Probably celebrating because they lose. Because if they lose, Bruce is gone. Yeah. Yeah, and this was the thing I was commenting on in my YouTube video, by the way, guys. When I was talking about Newcastle fans, of course you can, be happy, you can celebrate the takeover, all that good stuff. But I've just seen someone wearing a tea towel on their head. Obviously, we all know what that's representing. Glorifying the owners of this regime is not what we want, really. Hey Dog's not happy. How you doing, Hey Dog? Shoe size is 42 in the EU. Oh gosh, what is that in UK conversion? Let's have a look. See, shoe size converter, EU to UK. Thank you guys for listening. Guys? I know you will enjoy yourself on these streams because you didn't question why I wanted your shoe size. You just accepted it, which I love. So Caleb. So I'm just going to write. Now that I've got your shoe sizes, I'm going to write them down in the Nabinio shoe size list. That's a size 8 for Caleb, and Lucas is a 44, and that is a size. Wait, have I got this right? 42. 42 is an 8. 44 is a 9.5. Lovely stuff. Thank you for letting me know. You're both in there. You're in the shoe size list. Look at that. At the bottom, Caleb and Lucas. You made it. You made it. These owners only got this club because the Prem are corrupt. Yeah. Honestly. It's a thing. It is a thing. What goal that was, by the way. Ash, I definitely have your shoe size 100% because you've been there for ages. I 100% have your shoe size. If it's not in the list, let me know. If you're in the if you give me shoe size in the TikTok, I can't add it unless you come over to the Twitch. Those are the rules that I arbitrarily give. Good. There's me. Did I see we had Halves in the chat as well? Did I miss that? I feel like Halves was in here earlier, doing the debate of the day. Yes, we got Halves. How you doing, my man? Wait. Oh, I look away for a second, and Newcastle. Oh, and Spurs got the ball in the back of the net. But I think it's been given as offside. It has. Okay. I look away for a second. That's what happens. Harry Kane put the ball in the back of the net, but it was offside. Is he well offside? He's trying to get back into offside position. Oh, it's tight, you know. It's a lovely finish by Harry Kane. Really lovely finish. Just chips it over the goalkeeper. We are going to VAR. VAR checking decision. That is potentially. No, I think he's. Oh no, there's a player on the far side. I think this might be. It's onside. It's onside, I think. And the goal. And the goal has been given? Question mark. It looked onside to me. The line said it was onside. Why is no data? There you go. The goal's been given. What a lovely finish by Harry Kane. The lovely little chip over the goalkeeper. Now will do his confidence a world of good. And let's go to the goal celebration. Look at this. You can see what it means. I know it's England fans, but you can see what it means to the fans. Look at them pop off. The England fans are celebrating because Harry Kane has just scored a goal. Look at this. That's a lovely finish. I think the Newcastle players just assumed it would have been given as offside. Harry Kane didn't even look. He didn't even look at the goal. That is a sign of an elite striker. He's now having a great run of form. But yeah, he's actually significantly onside. I think it's the right back for Newcastle who's playing him on. And there you go. It's 2-1 to Spurs. And this game has got so many goals already. I thought it was going to be like maybe 1 or 2 goals maximum. Goodness me. There you go. And that's Kane's first goal this season. And what a goal it was. He took it so well. How often do we stream, Caleb? I normally stream 5 days a week. In general, I stream on Mondays and Wednesdays at around 5 p.m. This is our UK time, by the way. Fridays, we normally stream at 10 p.m. It's a late one. We'll either do Quick Flash or a football quiz, and then on the weekend I'll do. If there's a Champions League game in the week, we'll do that as well. And then I'll stream on a Saturday and Sunday some football as well normally. But Caleb, if you want to see the exact schedule, you can go to my Twitch schedule, or if you click that link and join the Discord server, you can. I always announce every week when I stream. So there you go. The VAR transition is clean. Of course it's clean. That's my. I made that myself. Your boy made that. That's my voice going VAR checking decision. No worries at all, Lucas. Before you go, do make sure to just hit the socials link. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't done already. And I hope to see you at future live streams, my man. I'll be streaming tomorrow at 5 p.m. UK time for some FIFA career mode. But within the space of 20 minutes, Newcastle have gone from ecstasy to shit, which isn't the first time for Newcastle. It was 2 very high quality goals by Spurs, honestly, and that is reflected in the XG. That is reflected in the XG for Spurs. Because they've scored 2 goals. Sorry, they've scored 2 goals from an XG of, what is that? 0.37. That's how high quality the goals were. Goodness me. Shit linesman, Kane came back from an offside position. No, it was he was onside when he received the ball, wasn't he? Pretty sure. Salah's done it to Messi this season. Yeah, it's early days, but he's been fantastic. What a ball that was. What a ball and what a goal Darlow felt he had to come out for it. Maybe he didn't need to commit. It was a fantastic finish. Absolutely fantastic finish from Harry Kane. That individual quality sorting out Nuno's side. It's like Chelsea, Salah and Prime Messi have swapped roles. yeah, because Messi hasn't been having the best time at PSG, has he? But I think that's in part due to the fact that... and there is Amanda Staveley. Now she's looking upset. She's like, God, we just need to sort this team out, don't we? Linesman has flag up. That's why Newcastle didn't defend, because he was off. Got to play to the whistle, haven't you, Lucas? You got to play to the whistle. That's basic. That's basic stuff. And there was a lovely finish by Harry Kane. Real lovely goal, and that was his first goal this season. I hope that can give some confidence, because I do like Harry Kane. He is a very good striker. He just hadn't had a good run of form in recent matches. That's all. If you haven't taken part in the debate of the day, by the way, guys, make sure to do !DOTD in the chat, so you can see what the debate of the day is, and you can get involved in it as well. But now that Spurs have gone ahead, I don't know if I see Newcastle scoring one more time, never mind twice. Spurs are usually relatively competent defensively, in terms of how they're set up at least. So, a bit of a tricky one for Newcastle, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens there. And that is Ndombele, who is a baller. I think he's a bit of a baller, Ndombele. I do quite like him. He's probably my favourite Spurs player currently. I'm just thinking who else there is. It's obviously Harry Kane. I think Ndombele is my favourite. He's a bit of a baller, isn't he? He's my favourite Newcastle player. It's got St. Maximin, isn't it? Because he's fun to watch. He's very fun to watch. It'll be around 15 years until Newcastle win the Prem. Yeah, I think 10 at the earliest. Maybe 10 to 15. I do think you're right there, halves. I think it'll be around 7 years until they start actually challenging for top 4. And 7 until United win it. The United one's so hard to predict, isn't it? Because in theory, they could go out, because they've got the means to do it. In theory, they could go out and get, you know, an elite manager in a few years' time and get a couple more elite signings, and they could easily win it. Or they could do what they have been doing for the past, nearly 10 years, and continually sign subpar players in really weird deals. You never can tell with United. They are a bit of a weird one. So it's almost impossible to predict. For whatever reason, I just think that they will continue on the line that they are going on. I think they are also maybe a little bit unfortunate in that they've got 3 unbelievable sides right now. 2 unbelievable sides in the last few years, and Chelsea have now become one, I think, in obviously Liverpool and City, and now Chelsea as well. They've started to play again properly. Will they be able to overthrow that? It's not a triopoly if it's 3 dominant teams. I'm not sure if they will, and especially with Newcastle coming in to the fray as well, I think that it's going to detriment Man United even more. Mourinho said he has an emotional connection with Newcastle because of his relationship with Sir Bobby Robson. Yeah, well, I think he was his translator, because Bobby Robson was the Barcelona manager, wasn't he? Back in the day, and Mourinho worked at Barcelona as Bobby Robson's translator. Pretty sure. No worries at all, Caleb. Enjoy. I hope to see you at future streams, Caleb. Hope you enjoyed the brief time you had on here. And I'll say it one more time. Do make sure to click that link and follow me on the socials, such as YouTube. Just cause you know, if you like football videos, you'll like the YouTube channel, for example. But nice meeting you, Caleb. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And here comes Spurs again, trying to attack, but not quite being able to do it. Thing with Mourinho at here's Callum Wilson. He's on his own though in the box with 3 Spurs players. Now St. Maximin. Oh, that was close. The thing with Mourinho at Newcastle was he wasn't only just translating Bobby Robson, he was also adding tactical nous to it. So Bobby Robson would say something quite simple, you know, he'd say something like, oh yeah, we're going to play 4-3-3 or something. But Mourinho wouldn't just translate it directly. He'd also add some little bits of tactical stuff, and like the people who could speak both languages were like, hang on, that's not what he said. What's going on here? So I guess that was foreshadowing Mourinho's future capabilities as a manager. The top four will be Liverpool to win, Chelsea in second. I think City are going to win, but if they aren't going to win, they're definitely going to come second. I don't think there's any world in which City don't come at least second place. I think they'll win, but if they don't, I do think it would be second place. Fourth, United. But yes, so my top four before the start of the season was City, Chelsea, Liverpool, United. Liverpool have been playing a lot better than Chelsea, and they got more points than City as well, obviously. But I don't know. I don't know if long term will they be able to, one, will they be able to keep it up, and then two, will they be able to cope with any potential injuries? That's the only issue. And then the other issue is with the correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but it's the Africa Cup of Nations coming up, isn't it? So that means that both Salah and Mane will be out for an amount of time. I don't know how long it is exactly, but they'll miss a certain amount of games, won't they? So then that means the front three in that instance would be Firmino, Origi, and who? I actually don't know. I actually don't know who would be in that situation. Who's? Oh, wait, Jota, Jota, Firmino, Origi. I guess it would have to be? Or is there a winger I'm forgetting? Oh no, you could play Salah, so you could play Trent on the right wing if you really wanted to. So that's why I just think that long term, I'm not sure if it will work out for Liverpool, but that remains to be seen. Maybe they will remain relatively injury-free throughout the whole season. But we'll have to see what we see in a world of pure imagination. Oh wait, Minamino still plays? I thought he played for Southampton. Was that not? I guess that must have just been a loan signing then. For some reason in my head it was a permanent transfer. So yes, I mean that's a significant downgrade, isn't it? Minamino, Firmino, Jota, compared to Jota, Mane, Salah. Obviously, so if they can cope with that, if they can steady the ship, etc. Throughout that period, if there aren't even any issues with it, then fair enough. But that remains to be seen, obviously, and I do think they will struggle. Willing to be proven wrong, as I say. I don't even know how long the Africa Cup of Nations lasts for. Right, what is happening in this game? We had sort of like an exciting first sort of 20 or so minutes with 3 goals. It was all kicking off. Nothing's really happened since then. Yes, Leo, thank you for joining. How you doing? They had the Africa Cup of Nations problem in the year they won the league. Didn't have a... Oh, did they? I didn't know that. Who played then? It would have been Shaqiri, Firmino, and who else would have played? Was it Origi? I don't know. Leo's gone for a 7-1. I assume that's the Spurs, Leo, because Spurs have because Newcastle have already conceded twice. So Leo's going for a bold 7-1 to Spurs, but you don't expect anything less from Leo, honestly. You have a KFC on the way. Oh, Leo, what is your KFC order? Let me know. Mine, I know you're excited. My order is oh my god, I was so fat when we ordered it recently. I had an 8 pieces, boneless fillets, with a large popcorn chicken, like 4 regular fries, and like 1.5 litres of 7-Up. I was so fat. It was such a fat meal, but you love to see it, you really do. I don't think the Cup of Nations did happen every year. I thought it can't be every year, surely. It must be every other year. I feel like Salah and Mane don't always leave. Thoughts on Sterling wanting to leave? So what I understand on that situation, Spurs just in and around the box here, and Ndombele didn't quite play it back to Son. From what I understand, Sterling is like, wanted reassurance from Pep about his playing time, about his position and whatnot. And Pep said something along the lines of, I thought, you'll get a lot of game time through the centre, potentially. And Sterling was like, so if he can succeed in the central role, I do think he'll have an important part to play in the season. But he did struggle in the central role against Burnley, and he played a lot better when he moved over to the left-hand side. So I hope he doesn't leave, because I love Sterling. What are your thoughts, Joyce? I really like Sterling. He was very important for that second goal City scored against Burnley. Yes, he lost the ball, but then he won it back, and that led to the goal. Rice box? What is a rice? I've never heard of a KFC rice box before. I'm assuming there's rice in it. But I've honestly never heard. I've never heard of such a thing. I'm just going to... God, my throat is dry as fuck. I'm going to message Mrs. Nobbins and see if she'll be so kind as to bring me up some Pepsi Max. Oh, God. I hope you like this ASMR keyboard. ASMR keyboard featuring LNobbins. Hey, where's a rice box? Tell me more. I did not know KFC did rice. Never mind the rice box. Match. So it's been quite even in terms of possession. Newcastle managed to get a bit more of it. But ultimately, Newcastle have really only had one proper chance, which did result in the goal. Every single proper chance has actually led to a goal. The goalkeepers haven't actually done any saves, pretty much, throughout this whole game. Very, very clinical match so far, and that is why, I'm going to say it again, that is why the XG is so low. 0.41 for Newcastle, 0.5 for Spurs. Because the chances have been high quality, and they've actually finished them. You think it'll be a similar title race to the one when Stevie G slipped on his ass? So it's a bit. Oh, yeah, I do think it could. I think it will go to the last day. Here, oh God, and Ndombele's waltzing his way into the Newcastle box, using his strength now. Wins a corner for his side, does he? I think he may have done. Lovely play by Ndombele. I mean, that was one of the best title races in recent years. The one where Stevie G fell. That was great. I went to a lot of away games that season as well, so that was really fun. The best one was the Crystal Palace one, because we were watching the Liverpool-Chelsea game. We were watching the Liverpool-Chelsea game at Selhurst Park, and then City beat Crystal Palace. Oh, and Spurs have a shot that goes off the crossbar. It's kicking off here. And again, another corner. What's everyone's favourite title race about? I think the best title race that the Premier League has ever had was the Man City versus Man United one, where it finished on goal difference and it ended in the 94th minute. I think that's got to be the best title race, hasn't it? Thank you very much. Mrs. Nobbins gave me a Pepsi Max. Ugh. My throat was very dry. So that was essential. Harry Kane did well on this right-hand side, by the way. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's got to be the best title race, hasn't it? Literally, not only did it go down to the last game of the season, it went down to the last minute. It went down to the last kick of the ball, basically. It went down to the last minute of the season. It created the Premier League's greatest ever moment. And there was so many storylines, and United thought they won it. It was Liverpool. It was City's first Premier League. What do Arsenal and Barca have in common? Asks Lucas. Both spent a lot on transfers and now both are underperforming. Well, that's the same for a lot of clubs, honestly. What is happening here? I don't know what's happened. The players were going over to some fans in the crowd. I don't really know what I've missed. I don't know what I missed there. I don't know if a fan's in trouble or something. I don't know. But there you go. Oh, Eric Dyer is not happy with something. A medical man is coming on. I think someone in the crowd may have collapsed or something. Something's happened. I think a Newcastle fan may have collapsed or needed some form of medical attention. Nuno is now on the pitch. The referee's having a chat with him. But this is very concerning, the fact that someone ran onto the pitch with his medical equipment. And the teams, I think, are coming off the pitch. Yeah. The teams are coming across, having a little bit of a water break, and I do think that something is happening. It's kicking off. This is very unusual. But yeah. I mean, Arsenal and Barcelona are a bit of a mess, aren't they? You think we'll get more game time at another club? Who's that? Raheem Sterling. Well, the issue with City is that because the squad's so good, it's really hard to get consistent playing time. So you've got to be happy with being rotated frequently. Just dropped my pen again. Brilliant stuff. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a look. See what's actually happened here. What's actually happened here? Oh, I thought that might have told me what's going on. I'm pretty sure that like a fan or something has collapsed. Hence why the game's been paused. I'm gonna just. Today I don't have the commentary in here, so I can't actually tell what's happened. Let's see what is going on. Game stopped because a Newcastle club doctor goes into the East Stand with a defibrillator. Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah, so it looks like a fan's maybe, I don't know, had something in need of a defibrillator, like a cardiac arrest, or maybe they just fainted. I don't know. But there's nothing to talk about. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, someone's had a heart attack or a cardiac arrest or some sort of issue. The game's been paused here. All the players are sort of hanging around, which makes sense. Whilst that obviously more important than football situations happened. You think both will come to form soon? Who Arsenal, Barcelona, or the new signings for that to happen? I think honestly. I think Main's a world-class goalkeeper. Other defence make him look better than he is. Joyce, I don't think he's world-class, but I've got a very high bar for my definition of world-class. So the players don't look too distraught, so I'm hoping that the fan is okay. I'm really hoping that the fan is alright. Wilk's got his shorts up very high, hasn't he? Just noticed that then. Hey guys, if you're watching on the TikTok, make sure to come over to the Twitch or the YouTube. But it is it just give me Christian Eriksen vibes, which isn't a good thing, by the way, obviously. So yeah, we're just sort of waiting. Thankfully the cameras aren't showing it, which is good. Why have they had to stop the game? Because a fan has had a medical situation or a heart attack, or some sort of medical situation anyway. So I imagine it would be dangerous or irresponsible to continue to play the match whilst the doctor's treating someone. BLX, how you doing? Up the nobbins, absolutely. What do you mean, so what? I think that's a bit a bit suspect. As I say, it probably would either create complications or it would and I think you should stop the game. You never know what could happen. What if the doctor's treating him and then he gets hit with a football? and then something bad happens. Like it makes sense to just stop the game for 10 minutes to pretend if someone's life is potentially in the balance. Football's largely irrelevant at that point. BLX Chem, how are you doing, my man? Thank you for joining me today. I do hope that they're all right. I don't really know what's going on, obviously. Stewards are having a chat with the referee. Hopefully they've been taken somewhere where they can be not operated on, but you know, what's it? And the police are getting involved now. Oh, it's really kicking off, isn't it? And Lascelles are coming over. But for tests... Wait, what? Kieran, what does that mean, sorry? Phantom Vape says someone is dying. Well, someone certainly had a medical emergency, for sure. A medical man did run along with a defib. But yeah, there was a lot of people getting involved there. There were stewards, there was police, the referee. The players are coming back over to the sidelines. And I think, are they going through down the tunnel? Oh, sorry, the but for... Oh, and there you go. Well, the game's been paused because we've gone to adverts, so it's not actually half-time, but the game has been... the game has been paused because of the medical emergency. Not good at all. Hopefully that fan's all right. When they run on with a defib, that usually means obviously like a heart problem, potential cardiac arrest, as we saw with Christian Eriksen earlier in the year. Hopefully it's nothing that serious. Well, it's obviously serious because the game's been stopped. But you know what I mean. Hopefully, like, doesn't lead to dire consequences. But yeah, Kem, in general, I'm doing great. Made some tagliatelle yesterday. That was lit. Watching the football with my boys, my Nabinios. You love to see it. But yeah, I do remember the but-for tests. Kieran, yeah, what about it? What do you need help with? But for the negligence, X wouldn't have happened. That's what the but-for test is. So yeah, so you just got to ask but for that. Hey, Super Gamer. What's happening is that Eric Dyer was on the bench, and I think he noticed a fan collapse or a fan having some sort of issues because he ran across to go get a medical person. So well done, Eric Dyer, for spotting it. I assume maybe like some other Newcastle fans like alerted them to the presence, and Eric Dyer noticed it. Their Newcastle doctor ran on with a defib, which is done when someone has heart palpitations or their heart stops, as we saw with Fabrice Mwamba, as we saw with Christian Eriksen earlier this year. So then the game was stopped, and fortunately the cameras weren't focused on them, so fortunately we didn't see what happened, unlike the Eriksen situation, which was truly harrowing. And the game's been stopped now. There were 7 minutes added on, but then the referee had a conversation with the stewards and the police, and they've decided to end the game. Well, I don't know if they decided to end the game ultimately or just pause the game. I'm not sure, but I will stay here until it's confirmed either way. But I think they're just pausing it. Probably a stabbing. I don't think so. I think if it was a stabbing, then I doubt they would have ran on with a defib. Honestly, I think someone's just had heart issues. Honestly, but we'll find out. But glad to know what you're learning is useful. Oh right. Yeah, it's not useful. Well, it might. No, it is useful depending on what area of the law. If you're going to an area, if you're going to medical negligence, then yes, it would be useful to you because you do have to. But then again, you won't even be asking those questions. You'd be asking a medical professional, so you'd just be asking them the questions. So you wouldn't even need to be applying it. So, you heard it was regular. Unless I'm being dumb, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a fan. I'm pretty sure because there was someone in the stands, so I might be being dumb, but let me know. Has someone punched me in my nose? No, that's just a birthmark, but thank you for your concern. Yeah, let's just double check the old situation. As I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Yeah, a member of the crowd treated by medics. Yeah, and the police were asking the referee to send the players back to the locker rooms and it was indeed a cardiac arrest. Is what I'm now learning. Yes, so there was indeed a cardiac arrest in the crowd. Hopefully that person's okay. But it wasn't a player. It was a member of the crowd. Yes, shush indeed. Yeah, a fan has collapsed, cardiac arrest apparently. Oh, sorry, Super Gamer. Yeah. Yes, Phantom Vapor. Yes, it is indeed a birthday. Well, Phantom Vapor shows how long it's been. Good to see you again, my man. How you doing? Just confirmation: the first half has been suspended, and it will be. It'd be interesting to see what they do in terms of will they continue the game or not. Logistically, there's no reason why they couldn't continue the game. I guess it's an issue of sensitivity as to whether you would want to continue the game. But we'll have to see what happens there. No Phantom Vapor, she's not. But again, thank you for your concern. And yeah, in terms of the actual game itself, it was a 2-1 to Spurs. Newcastle scored within 2 minutes. Very high quality goals actually all round. Spurs then scored 2 very high quality goals. The Harry Kane one in particular was a lovely little dink to take it to 2-1. It was given as offside, but VAR did correct that offside. Hence why the XG for both sides is so low: 0.41 for Newcastle, 0.56 for Spurs. Kazoo asks what's happened. What's happened is a member of the audience has had a cardiac arrest. It was noticed by Eric Dyer, who got the attention of who got the attention of a Newcastle doctor who ran onto the pitch with a defibrillator. The players went to the side whilst the initial treatment was taking place, and then following a conversation with the police and the stewards and the referee decided to bring the players in rather than continue, rather than wait around. So the first half has been suspended. So if and when they come out again, we will need to finish off the first half because there are another 6 minutes of the first half still to be played, at least, maybe even more with the delays. So yeah, that's what's happened basically. If it's abandoned, who wins, or they'll play again? Well, they wouldn't just award a win. They would. I don't know if they'd actually replay the whole game, or would they, just like replay the second half at a later date. I'm honestly no idea how it works. I guess it sort of depends on the outcome of the fan. Like if the fan is all right, then I'm sure they'll continue. If the fan isn't all right and either passes away or goes to intensive medical care, then I imagine that the game might be suspended outright. Hey JH plays. You hate to see it, yes, because it absolutely, yeah, it's not nice at all. Paul, the game has indeed stopped due to the cardiac arrest, and obviously our thoughts are with that fan, and I imagine his family. I'm pretty sure it tends to be men who are more likely to experience cardiac arrest. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the thing. But yeah, hopefully they're all right. Hey Ben, how are you doing? And yeah, there's not really much else to dissect really. We're sort of in a bit of limbo at the moment. There's obviously no game to talk about. We've talked about the game, and I obviously don't have any information about. I don't have any information about the fan who suffered the cardiac arrest. Hopefully they're all right. Wish the best, says Jack. Yes, as I say, our thoughts are with that fan. Yeah, Ben. I mean, personally, I'm doing very well. Doing even better now. You're in the Twitch chat. You love to see it. You really do. Yeah, I'm vibing. Honestly, I'm vibing. Made some banging pasta yesterday. Homemade, fresh. That was sick. Let me know if you guys want a cooking stream on TikTok where I make fresh pasta. Joyce says, I think Chelsea are a little overrated because technically they play with 8 defenders. They are relatively defensive in their setup. I think they're rated. I don't know if they're overrated. I think they're just rated, really. How about you, Ben? What have you been up to? Have you done anything nice? You made any nice food, for example? The pasta I made, by the way, I know you're interested. It was pasta. It was tagliatelle with scallops and garlic and oil. A cooking live. Ben wants a cooking live. We can do that at some point then, for sure. Guys, if you're watching the TikTok, feel free to come over to the Twitch and YouTube so you can get involved in the chat, and I will respond to you there. Hope the fans okay. Yeah, because absolutely. I don't want to rush to any conclusions because that's not a nice thing to do. However, it's not a good sign when the police urge a referee or tell a referee to suspend the half. So not even to wait around, to just suspend it outright. As I said, don't want to rush to any conclusions. But that's not a good sign, let's just say that. Although, in fairness, I also thought that the Eriksen one, you know, being for how long it took and the reaction of the players, I also thought that obviously didn't look good. And obviously didn't look good, but ultimately there was a happy ending there. I think Fabrice Muamba's heart stopped for 40 minutes when he had his cardiac arrest. So the process of resuscitation, defibrillation, whatever, can take a long time. Hopefully that's just me reading into it rather than anything else, anything more serious. But until then, the first half is suspended, and we are sort of caught in a bit of a limbo situation. Kem asks, Kem, that's what we're trying. That's what we're trying to do. Absolutely. I quit my job because I hated it and I was literally depressed. And now I'm here doing this. I've got around maybe like a year to make this work. I think it can work in that time. And you guys coming to the Twitch streams and such helps achieve that. So thank you. I think this is suspended because the atmosphere wouldn't be the same. I imagine. Well, it's probably partly that. It was also. I imagine it's also partly out of respect as well. To the fan. What's happened? Asks Noah. A fan has had a cardiac arrest, and the first half has been suspended because of it. In terms of the game, Newcastle were winning 1-0. Spurs came back. Two very good goals. Took it to 2-1. But obviously the main event is the medical emergency. Oh yes. Oh sorry, you're Blake Murphy. Yes. I remember. I remember you from the TikTok lives. Yes. Dyer, and I didn't see Regulon, but apparently it was definitely Dyer and maybe even Regulon as well, who both alerted the Newcastle doctor to the situation. And in those situations, you need to act fast. It is about because the quicker you spot it, the quicker you treat it, the more likely the person suffering is going to survive. Basically, it sounds a bit dark, but that's the truth, really. So hopefully it was caught in time, and hopefully the fan's all right. Is he going to pull through? Asks Ollie. Ollie, I have no idea. I've honestly no idea. All I can say is that the police sent the police told the referee to send the players down the tunnel. So you read into that however you want to, really. Hope it works out. Shall you call you Blake then? BLX Chem. Should I call you Blake or Blake Murphy or Murphy? Let me know how you'd be, how you prefer I address you as. Why is the match postponed, Carls? It's postponed because the players are coming out now. It was postponed because a member of the Newcastle crowd had a cardiac arrest. But the players are coming back out now, and they are doing some warm-ups. They've got the cones out, so hopefully that's a good sign. Because I imagine if like a fan passed away, I don't know if they'd continue the game. So hopefully that's a good sign. Has someone died? Not that we're aware of. Someone has had a cardiac arrest though. We're not sure about like whether they've actually passed away as of yet. Hopefully not. And I assume they haven't if they're coming out to train. But OUFC, I saw you follow the Twitch stream earlier. Thank you for getting involved in the chat. And OUFC, let me know what football club you support, and if you want to, let me know. What is your shoe size? I know your shoe size is. Now I will add you to the shoe size list. And the fact the players are coming out to warm up to me suggests that the match will continue. Otherwise, what's the point of coming out to warm up? Drogba says he sure would like to give me a nobbin. Well, who wouldn't? Jack says, what happened? I missed it because you got me to watch a horror film. Jack, what was the horror film? Yes. So I'll say it again. What happened was a member of the Newcastle crowd had a cardiac arrest. Both Eric Dyer and apparently Reguilon spotted it. Eric Dyer was on the bench actually, but he was like quite adamant that he saw it, and he was like imploring a Newcastle doctor to go and sort it out. That is what happened. He ran on with a defib. Players went off the pitch. Stayed around it. Wavy, thank you for following. Stayed around it, and then what? And then the police got involved, and the stewards got involved, and the fans Newcastle fans are clapping Reguilon because he was obviously involved in the potential saving of the life of that fan. And same thing with the Denmark captain when Eriksen had his issues. His heart palpitations on the pitch and had his cardiac arrest. Urgency is what saved his life. And just to confirm, the game is starting again, and Spurs do have the corner. 7 minutes of added time. So 7 minutes of the first. I imagine this will be quite sluggish end to the first half. The players will go in, they can actually have a proper second half, but hopefully it's all right. Ben, Ben, I know you support United, of course. Liverpool and Oxford United, and you're a size 10.5 shoe size. Lovely stuff. Oh, Blake, do I not have your shoe size? If I don't have your shoe size, guys, let me know it, and I will add you to the list. Blake, I apologise. I thought I had it. I'm aware that knob is slang for penis. Yes, Phantom Vapor, that's sort of the joke. I thought that would have been obvious, but apparently not. 10.5, lovely stuff. That's terrible. Wavy. Yeah, well, the fact that they've continued the match, as I say, hopefully means that it's all good. How they spotted that, I don't know. I don't actually know, Jack, but I assume that maybe some Newcastle... Well, Reguilon's on the left, for example, so he would have been able to see it more because he's close to the fans. But I imagine someone would have collapsed, and maybe Newcastle fans were imploring someone to, pay attention to it. Maybe Reguilon noticed it, he waved over, and then maybe Eric Dyer spotted that then, potentially. But thank goodness they did notice it, however they did notice. There you go. There we go. Is it back on? Yes, the game has started. Back up. What do I do the shoe sizes? I just put them in here because it's an inside joke on the stream. It's the Nabinho shoe size list. As I say, it's an inside joke on the stream, and now you guys are involved in the inside joke. You love to see it, you really do. You're going to go to the game too as well with... Oh, Wavy, who do you support? Oh, yeah, Wavy. Let me know who you support, and let me know what your shoe size is. What is your shoe size? Let me know. But yes, Ronnie the Donny, it is back on. There were 7 minutes added on, obviously because of the long stoppage. And there's going to be... We've played 2 minutes of that, so it'll be 5 minutes. And then we'll have an actual half time and then the second half. Hey, Flippy Flops, how you doing? Oh, Flippy Flops, you missed the relatively harrowing event of a cardiac arrest. But hopefully it's all good now. You're a Newcastle supporter and you're a size 10. Lovely stuff, Wavy. Thank you for letting me know your shoe size. I'm going to add you to the list now. So many new people on the Twitch. You love to see it. There you go. Oh, if it focuses. There we go. You made it. Yes, Flippy Flops, a Newcastle fan collapsed. The game was paused, but hopefully it's all good now. Yes, Ronnie, absolutely. I will be when football. I mean, I do stream FIFA as well, but I'm not bored of FIFA already, but I'm a bit bored of Ultimate Team, and Football Manager, as far as I'm aware, is just a better version of career mode. Oh, lovely play by Lucas Moura, lovely dribbling, and it's got to be a third, and it is. That was a fantastic goal by Spurs. Lucas Moura with some mazy dribbling, played it into Harry Kane, he squared it to Son, and that is 3-1 to Spurs. And the game has potentially gone away from Newcastle after they took that early lead within 2 minutes. Lovely goal by Spurs. A Phantom Vape. Oh, I didn't realise you're supporting Newcastle. Completely agree. Football Manager is clear. Yeah, I've never played it before, so I am excited to play it. But yes, if you are interested in the idea of Football Manager streams, do make sure to follow the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube as well, because I definitely will be doing Football Manager streams. I'm very excited about it. Newcastle going down with $1 billion in the bank. Well, literally, they might be. I mean, I know City fans sing that as a joke, but Newcastle literally might be going down. Oh, goodness me. Who'd have thunk it, says Flippy. Who'd have thunk it? By the way, guys, if you want to know more about the Newcastle takeover, why it's happening now, who owns Newcastle, what it means for Newcastle and the rest of the Premier League, the human rights issues involved, then do make sure to go watch my YouTube video on the matter, which is titled Murder, Money and Piracy, Newcastle United's Takeover Explained. The YouTube is LNobbins FC. You wouldn't really celebrate goals anymore, says Jack. Well, I'm hoping that the players have been told that the fan is alright. Because if the fan was in serious issues, I feel like they wouldn't come out and they wouldn't be playing football. That would make the process much slower. Or, well, yeah, but I do think they would only be in the Championship for, St. Maximin with the drive, but well wide. But I do think they would just bounce back up immediately. Thoughts on Spurs' kit? Well, I did do a Premier League third kit tier list. I can't really remember where I ranked them. I think it was in the middle. Do I play FIFA 22? Yes, LUFC, we do play FIFA 22 on the channel. We're doing some tomorrow actually at 5 PM British time. We're doing the Creator Club career mode and the NUFC. But I'm really excited to start Football Manager. I think I'm going to have much more fun on that than FIFA. I do like FIFA career modes, but I think Footy Manager is just a lot better. Can I lick your birthmark? Nah, a bit weird that, innit? So nah, you're alright. Thank you for offering though. All that fuss about Kane falling off just for him to score 20 plus goals this season again. In this game, he's already got a goal and an assist, Mo. And the finish was fantastic as well. It was he didn't even look at the goal, and it was a lovely deft chip. He was always gonna bounce back. Like he is as much as people were like joking about it. He is an elite striker. You like the third? Yeah, I think it's all right. I can't remember if I put it in mid or second to the top. I can't remember, honestly. And there is a Spurs player down here. Newcastle aren't kicking it out, and they are absolutely right to not kick it out. I really hope they score a goal from that. Oh. I hate it when players stay down when they clearly aren't injured. Like that Spurs player, fuck off Romero. You don't have to kick it out. He's not injured. He's just playing up to the cameras, mate. You don't have, unless they're, Romero's being a little bitch here. Or Wilson would twat you, mate, so you can fuck off. Wilson would absolutely batter you. But Romero's having a go at St. Maximin for not kicking out. I wouldn't kick it out. Play to the whistle. If the referee stops the game, then you can stop the game. That sort of stuff annoys me, man. Did I get your shoe size? Yes, Blake. You're a size 9, and I got you. I've got you here, fam. Don't you worry. Class is permanent. Kane is world class. I agree. I agree that Kane is indeed world class. You're not even injured, mate. Get up, Emerson. You actual twat. Jesus, man. What would people? Sorry, what were people write off? Okay, some people were, yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw a lot of people write them off. Oh my god, I saw the laziest. I was at my nana's the other day and I didn't see the Andorra highlights, so we just watched them together. Was it Andorra or was it Hungary? I can't remember. Anyway, and there was a Scottish pundit on there, and he gave the most basic, dead, lazy analysis I've ever seen. Like I thought this sort of analysis was dead, but he went, I can't do a Scottish accent. But he went, oh, no, this is gonna be so shit. He's lost. Oh, that's Irish. Anyway, he said, oh, he's lost a yard of pace. I was like, oh, shut up, mate. That's the laziest analysis I've ever seen. When you actually have something to... If you don't have anything to say about a subject, just don't say it. Don't make up some bollocks like, oh, I think he's lost a yard of pace. Like, that's not the reason why he's not been performing right now. Come on. And I say Flippy Flops, he's never been the quickest anyway, so it's nothing to do with he's, quote, lost a yard of pace. It's because in the last 2 months, that's exactly what's happened. By game week 7 last year, Kane already had like 8 goals and 7 assists, so it was a slow start for him. It's now officially half-time, by the way, guys. Spurs fan says, I am winning. Yes, absolutely. It's 3-1 now, and I don't foresee a way back for... Don Belly's dicking around with the ball. I don't really foresee a way back for Newcastle. I think it's early. We've still got a second half to play, but I think that's the game done. I think that is the game done, honestly. That's my take on it. Oh wow, look at that. It says 4:30 aborted. It's not aborted. But it was suspended temporarily. There we go. Whoa, what is that thing with the camera? Let me just sort that out for you guys. There we go. Sorted. I can't do a Scottish accent in case you couldn't tell. He's just off form, not a big deal. Yeah, and especially like after the disappointment he had, the disappointing news of not going to City. Then it's not on purpose, I'm sure, but there'll be some sort of mental thing where he's disappointed and that impacts his performances. It's fine. Also, playing the football Nuno plays isn't helping either. Harry fucking Kane, says Flippy Flops. Absolutely. Who's my top goal scorer this season? Well, Joyce, before the season started, I said Harry Kane was going to win the Golden Boot. It's looking like Salah will win it. But I've got to stick to my guns, and I'll say Harry Kane. I've got to stick to my guns. When every Big Six was laughing at Spurs by losing 3 games, but we're winning now. Where are Spurs in the... Let's have a look where they are in the table now. By the way, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this crazy background going on. You can see I've made some changes to the stream. I don't know if you can tell. Hopefully you guys like the changes because they took me fucking ages. Spurs are currently 5th. Oh wow, they'll go ahead of Man United. Oh wow, with a negative goal difference, which is quite interesting. They'll have a negative goal difference but still be in 5th. That's really funny to me. They'll be on the same points as Brighton, 2 behind City. That's interesting. That they're a lot higher up the table than I thought they were. Who have they played? They've obviously played City. They've lost against Chelsea. They lost against Arsenal. That's the only bad thing I'd say about Spurs is that apart from the City result, they've lost every single big game they've played in. So I'm not sure. Can't believe I missed that vision. We'll talk about sexy football. Yeah. Spurs are in the lead by 2 goals. Absolutely, Ash. If Newcastle don't do something insane in the window, I feel like we're going down, says Wavy. I think there will be some signings in January, but it won't be anything mental. Wavy, if you aren't already subscribed, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. There is my most recent video you'll be interested in. It's about Newcastle United and their takeover. Do I think City should try to get Kane in January? No. I think they should move on from Harry Kane. I think that Haaland should be the target, personally. I think he would be brilliant. I think he'd be perfect. Newcastle who? Kane outscoring him. I think Ronaldo will score 23 goals with Kane outscoring him with 26. How many goals do you think Salah's going to get? Halves? If Kane went to City, I feel like he would be top goal scorer territory right now. Yeah, I think it definitely would work because it would be Man City would be the perfect team for Kane. But I just prefer the idea of Haaland. He's more exciting. He's younger. He's not as injury prone. And Haaland, I think, has the potential to become like, you know, sort of like the next era's Messi, Ronaldo sort of thing. Haaland's going to tear up the championship. Tony to get a World Cup place. What happened in the crowd, asks Kevin. A member of the crowd had a heart attack, or a cardiac arrest, certainly. So the Newcastle doctor ran onto the pitch to save his life, basically. So you're saying Haaland's better than Mbappe? It's an interesting one, Joyce. Last season, I when people asked me that question, I always said Mbappe. I mean, it's early days, but this season Haaland has been better than Mbappe. Even towards the end of last season, I think you say Haaland was better than Mbappe. They're very different players, but I'm starting to think that it's such early days, so anything's subject to change. But I am starting to think that Haaland will go on to be a better player. Kevin, I honestly don't know. Well, the first half was suspended, and then the players came back out and finished off the first half. So that to me tells me he was alright, because if there was something really bad with him, like if he passed away or something, I don't think he'd continue to play the game. So hopefully he's alright. I don't think Haaland reached the Messi, Ronaldo level. Oh no, I don't think they'll reach their level, but I think they will be the equivalent. So, sorry if I phrased that wrong. I don't think they'll get to the standards of Messi and Ronaldo, but I think relative to the quality in and around other players, I think they will be I think Haaland will be in that tier of, you know, relative to the other players. If I said that correct at all, hopefully what I've said makes sense. I don't think anyone will reach their level for a few generations. Darcy Bayern 5, Leverkusen 1. I didn't see it, I didn't watch it, but I did see that they scored 5 goals. Yeah, Bayern just doing Bayern things. It was that Leverkusen as well, wasn't it? Which makes it doubly embarrassing. But yeah, as I say, Bayern Munich doing Bayern things. Excuse me. Messi and Ronaldo have been sharing the world stage for like 15 years. That's insane. Yeah. And this then becomes a discussion on Neymar, because I've said it for a while now. Football seems to have passed Neymar by, and by that, what I mean is, he was sort of caught in between two generations. Because there was the Messi, Ronaldo, you know, era, generation, whatever, and Neymar was, you know, when he went to Barcelona, he was a lot younger than Messi. Look at Anton Deck celebrating there, and he was being touted as, you know, the next Messi. He would take Messi's place at Barcelona. He would become Messi's level, etc. He'd become the main man, and then he went to PSG, you know, which is potentially an issue in itself. Injury issues as well. And now he's not, and he wasn't even the main man at PSG, because Mbappe became the main man at PSG, and now Messi's at PSG. Mbappe and Messi are both going to be in the spotlight more than Neymar. And now we're already talking about the next generation. We're already talking about Haaland and Mbappe. So Neymar's sort of been forgotten, which is a bit sad. It's sort of his own fault as well, I guess, but it's still a bit sad. I don't know. That's my thoughts on the whole Neymar thing. Do I think Chiesa should have been part of the top 30 Ballon d'Or nominees? Yeah, probably. I don't know who else was on the list, though, to be honest. Is Neymar retiring? I don't think so. He might be retiring from international football. Didn't he say this World Cup would be his last or something? I think Haaland and Mbappe will be more Maradona, Pele and R9 tier. Yeah, I don't see anyone getting to Messi and Ronaldo's level for a hot minute. So it's not this generation, and maybe not even the one after. But yeah, I don't know if he's actually retiring or if he's just retiring from international duty because he said the next World Cup will be my last one, something like that. I don't know. PSG underperforming, absolutely they are, and that's what's going to happen. That was always going to happen, though. We called it. You can't have Mbappe and Neymar and Messi in your front three and expect to do well. In fact, I saw a stat which said that actually PSG score more goals when those three aren't on the pitch all at the same time, because cohesively the dynamics just doesn't work at this moment in time anyway. Thing is, the Ballon d'Or list is terrible. Why is that, Wavy? I haven't actually seen it. Gerard Mania and K aren't that level. Popular opinion for... Oh, hello, Man City, not a glory hunter. That's a great name. Unpopular opinion, Fran Torres will be better than Fernando. Oh, yeah. It's impossible to say, isn't it? I'll err on the side of no. Especially if we're talking about Liverpool Torres. Maybe Chelsea Torres. Hey, Sunny Reds, how you doing? It's been a while. Boom!
Telling you right now, I'm telling you, we're gonna win the Champions League!
Mo says, in terms of technical ability, Neymar's one of the best I've ever seen. Just feel like a kind of Hazard situation with consistency. Yeah, the issue is injuries. The issue is consistency. I also think the issue is decision making, not on the pitch, but off the pitch. I think it was a bad decision for him to go to PSG. I think that was a bad decision, personally. I understand why he wanted to do it. He wanted to be the main man, etc., etc. Maybe he wanted to be part of a project. Hindsight's 2020. I don't think he should have done it, personally. Very false, very, very false, says Josh. Why actually the game's interrupted? Well, EFC graphic. There was a heart attack just before half time, so the game was stopped. Yes, Sonny Reds, I'm doing great. Lovely to see you again. Made some lovely fresh tagliatelle yesterday for my parents. They loved it, so that made me feel very happy. And yeah, just sort of watching the game, my boys. Let me know what you think of the new layout, by the way. For example, do you like this? Do you like the way the chat looks? Do you like the background? Do you like the fact I got the green screen out? Let me know. Let me know. Should Icardi leave for Newcastle if they come for him? I would be concerned that Icardi would be like Newcastle's Robinho, and I don't mean that in a good way either. I mean that in a bad way. Like, maybe he'd have a couple moments, but ultimately he'd be a shit signing. It was a fan at EFC Graphic, a Newcastle fan. Drop bench start Nobbins, Loot Collectibles, or Big Match at well, you definitely start Nobbins, 100%. The other two you can do what you want. As long as I start, I don't really care. Mo says, at the end of the day, if you're playing football, you're always going to be in the shadow of Messi except for Ronaldo. Yeah. Unless you somehow take your game to the absolute next level, which is very hard to do. But I do think Neymar had the potential to do that. It just never sort of happened. I don't think he became the player I thought he was going to become. And that's disappointing. That's sad, honestly, because I think he could have done that, but injuries, consistency, decisions off the pitch, don't think have helped him. Icardi's passed it. I don't know what to think of Icardi, honestly. He was good under Mancini, I remember that, but apart from that. Job bench start, Calajagan, Donnarumma and Buffon now. Obviously right now Donnarumma is better than Buffon. I still think Donnarumma is heavily overrated. I don't understand the hype around him. He's not even the best goalkeeper at his club. I think that people saw his Euros performances. He didn't even have a great Euros. He stopped a couple England penalties, sure. He wasn't amazing. He's never even really been that amazing for AC Milan. Whenever I watch AC Milan, like in the Europa League, he always had a mistake in him. And when I saw him against City, his handling was poor. That's my thoughts on Donnarumma. I think he could become great, but I think people heavily overrate him. want Dzeko back at City so badly. I would love it if well, no, yeah, a prime Dzeko, a Dzeko from 2012 came back, because he was so good. He makes it into my all-time Man City starting 11, definitely. So good, and he was maybe one of City's most underrated players in that side. And let's not forget, he scored the second goal against QPR. Without that goal, Aguero does not happen. He finally scored from one of those fucking corners. God. See, St. Max, how you doing? Me own fucking cow. You love the beard. This isn't a beard, this is just stubble, because I haven't shaved in a while, that's why. I just need to shave, that's all. Your internet went down, Baldy. Who's your internet provider, Baldy? What do I think is the problem with United? Asks Joyce. Second half's about to start, by the way. If you're watching on TikTok, thank you for watching on TikTok, but make sure to come over to the Twitch or the YouTube so you actually get involved in the chat, so I can see your messages. Yeah, the problem with Man United, I don't want to just single out Fred, because that's not fair. For all the jokes and stuff, I don't think it's right to fully scapegoat him. He is probably the weakest member of the starting. Like, if I made a Man United starting 11, he would be the weakest member. But oh, sorry, second half's about to kick off. But he is definitely the weakest player, isn't he? I'm also not going to say that Ollie is inherently the issue, even though I don't know if he is the quote right man for the job right now, and even though I think probably he's taking United as far as he probably can in terms of reaching his ceiling as a manager right now, at least, I still don't think the solution is to just sack him. Second half's kicked off. I don't think the solution is to sack him, because who do you bring in? I don't think Zidane's that good. Conte, short term, sure. Long term, no. So I think it's a combination of things. I think part of the issue is the lack of a proper defensive-minded central midfielder. I think another part of it is maybe I think I don't want to sound like I'm being anti-Ronaldo, because I love Ronaldo. I do think there is an issue with Ronaldo being in the sort of, apart from Greenwood, whenever I watch United, whenever a player's got the ball, they're always looking for Ronaldo. They're always looking for him. You might think, well, it makes sense to look for him, but I think the fact that it's almost like, whether it's a thing they're doing on purpose, or whether it's a subconscious thing of, oh my god, that's Ronaldo, I think that's sort of hindering the play, because it almost becomes forced. And apart from Greenwood, because I really rate Greenwood, he's got the confidence to just go on his own. So I think that might be a bit of an issue as well. I've said it before, I know a lot of you don't agree with me, but right now I'm being proven correct that Ronaldo is bad business. I think that's contributed to it. And I think finally maybe a part of it is, second part is, I don't know if the right cohesion's been met in the side. The likes of Sancho still finding his feet in the Premier League. It's a very, very different league to the Bundesliga. Different style of football, for example. People are actually closing and pressing him more than they did at Dortmund, so that's something he's just got to get used to. And then finally, I think the other issue is that they're always going to be compared to City and Liverpool and Chelsea, and ultimately they just aren't that level. So I think there's a bit of maybe this United side in a different era would be doing much better in the league, but because the competition's so much better or so high, I think that also might be an issue as to why it looks like they're doing worse than they are. I don't know. That's my general thoughts on it. I missed the chat. I missed a lot of the chat messages in that tirade, so I'm just going to catch up on that. Mo's electricity went off 3 times. Mo, what is going on in Egypt? What is happening, sir? Compare the meerkat Dzeko. What does that even mean? Full-time prediction, I'll say Spurs to score 1 more goal, 4-1 now. He's the man of the cloth. Never saw the hype of Zidane's a manager. He only won a lot of his trophies with prime Ronaldo. I personally do think that Reguilon's in here for Spurs. Lovely back heel. Couldn't quite find Son. Yeah, I don't know what my thoughts are on Zidane. I don't think he's an elite tier manager. Best day of life, watched one's pummel cards. Oh, what's the score, Tom? Wavy says, I think the problem is Ollie, even though I love him since he doesn't have the passion or the guts. I think he's potentially part, or maybe his naivety is part of the issue. But as I say, I don't want to just boil it down to it's all Ollie's fault, because I don't think it is all Ollie's fault. And I do think he has done good stuff for United. I don't want this to become a Ollie Solskjaer slander hour, because I actually think he's done alright. It's called KCOM. I've genuinely never heard of KCOM. They basically hold a monopoly on Hull East. Right, they aren't that. They aren't the mini internet providers here for some reason. Can you not get like Sky or BT or someone? I mean, obviously Sky's not that good, but I think with United there's an issue past just a manager. If they got Conte Zidane, they wouldn't win trophies, and Ronaldo does have a part of it as well. Mo, I agree. I think it's a multitude of factors, really. Am I in foot champs? No, I haven't played Ultimate Team in like a couple of weeks now, I think. St. Max, maybe it's just over a week. You're trying to hold this Greenwood. Oh, the KCOM Stadium. Oh, yeah. Lol. No, Mo, I think there is something in Ronaldo holding them back. Again, it does... and that does tie into my whole bad business argument. I'm not saying it's Ronaldo's fault, 'cause it's not Ronaldo's fault that everyone's looking to, you know, it's not Ronaldo's fault that he doesn't have the engine or whatever that he used to have, that he can't run around as much. It's not his fault that he's not as defensively astute as Cavani. So I'm not blaming Ronaldo for being Ronaldo, but I would question, I have questioned the actual transfer itself. And there's plenty of time to change it around, but right now, the transfer is not making sense. We were massively in the mud when Ola took over. Yeah, Flippy, and that's why I think we should give him some credit, because he has sort of like, you know, quote, transition period from they were a bit shit to now you look at the squad and it's actually a very good squad. So I think he should be given some credit. Hey, Big Beefy, good to see you. Ollie's a bit like Lampard or Koeman. He's good for taking the flak during the rebuild, but it's time to hand over to a top manager. I think my take on it, Big Beefy, is give it end of season, and give it to the end of the season, and see how he does. I think Flippy and I had this conversation in the Discord. I think we both agree on this. That it would be a bit silly to sack him now. Not only is it early in, I mean, we all know it's not going to happen because the Glazers won't do it until top four's gone, but it wouldn't make sense to me to, Spurs potentially in here if Son can get onto that. Darlow trying to come out again, good defending though, by Clark, I think that was. Yeah, it just doesn't make much sense to sack him at this point. Give him a whole season with this squad, see how he does. If he fails this season with a squad that is literally the second most not most expensive, most valuable in the Premier League, so that means his squad is on paper the second best in the Premier League. If he fails with that squad, then I personally would say, okay, on your way, mate. Thanks for the memories, on your way. And I agree with Flippy, who's just said he deserves this season. Totally agree. I don't understand. Why? Why? That's a shower. That's Mrs. Nobbins having a shower. I've told her about 50 times, can you please not have a shower in that shower when I'm streaming, please? Because it makes an awful sound and the chat get annoyed. And people leave when they get annoyed. I lose viewers when that happens. And amazingly, it's happened again. What's that all about? Okay, I'm fucking... Anyway, right, that'll be a conversation to have later. Yes, so there you go. That was the noise. I apologise on Mr. Nobbins' behalf for that noise. Yes, so that's what happened. I apologise. The unfucking shower, absolutely. Yeah, Jonathan, I'm sorry. It's Mr. Nobbins in the shower. I've told her to not have a shower when I'm on stream, or at least don't have a shower when I'm doing. There's another shower she can use, which doesn't make a god awful noise. There we go. Can't stop it. Fucking hell, man. Barry, I support Man City. Electricity might have been a bit dodgy the past couple of days in Egypt, but the desert is still clear of every place in the world. Mo, do you actually live in the desert though? Like, or is that a joke? Because you said, like, you said the Sahara Desert's clear. Do you actually live in the Sahara Desert? No, I'm not a United fan, Barry. Don't listen to these lies. Don't listen to these lies. God. But there we go. Yes, you know what's also annoying is that I felt like we were having a good conversation about. I felt like we were having quite a good, in-depth, detailed conversation about Ollie. I can't remember how I finished it because I got annoyed. There you go. 95% of Egypt is dead. Is it really? Oh. Apart from when I went, because I went to Egypt years ago, apart from when I went to Cairo to see the pyramids, I didn't really see much desert. That does surprise me. The 5%, yeah. Mo lives in a pyramid, says Tayab. Do you? I went to Giza. That's where the pyramids are, isn't it? The best holiday I've ever been to was Hurghada, or whatever it's called in Egypt. Oh, Big Beefy, when did you go there? Yellow Cat, absolutely. Kazoo, absolutely. Yeah. It's not hard, is it? It's not hard. But there we go. So yeah, but I can do both at the same time. In fact, I was earlier today. It's not hard to be on Discord on your phone and watch something with Mrs. Dobbins at the same time. Have I been to? No, I've never been to South Africa, Joyce. I've never been to. I've been to the continent of Africa once, and that was when I went to Egypt. But we also went to on that holiday. We went to both Africa and Asia because Egypt crosses over into two continents. No, I definitely right no, Philippi Flops. I know I definitely didn't finish it with Ollie Slander. If anything, I'm sure I was backing Ollie. Flippy's delusional. Don't think so. Who is beeping at me? Beeping at me, the rats. No, Flippy, someone said Mo lives in a pyramid, so I carried on the joke and went, which pyramid do you live in? Well, you would tend to have to say Egypt is beautiful. You know, I didn't realise how, like, potentially dangerous it was. Because obviously I was young. I was younger when I went there anyway. So you don't really notice these things when you're younger, you're just on holiday. But we had armed security outside our, like, we weren't in a fancy resort or anything, we were just in like a normal resort. But we had armed security outside, and I was like, oh, in hindsight, I'm like, oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? That we need to have armed security. Like, they had guns and everything, it was a bit scary in hindsight, but there you go. Ollie in, definitely not a lovable fan, says halves. Baldy, I've been to Hull Stadium when Vincent Kompany got sent off. Mo gone quiet. Probably his internet fucked up. Oh, no, here he is. It's just the government's building on it in a campaign. Wait, what? Government is building on it in a campaign trying to stop people living in the same place. Tayab doesn't support his club. Oh, Flippy and Tayab beef confirmed. Confirmed. How do you have Wi-Fi in the desert? Already saying wait. I'm waiting. Everyone's waiting. Look! I love when the mods type. You get a little referee. Look at that little referee giving a yellow card. Isn't that the cutest thing in the world? I think it's the cutest thing in the world, personally. The best stadium I've been to. I won't say the Etihad because that's boring to say, isn't it? The best stadium. My favourite to look at was probably Craven Cottage. I think it's really cute. In terms of like the best, like, you know, fans and atmosphere, Selhurst Park easily. Flippy says if you're already out, you're a fake fan. I think Flippy's point was that you should back the manager. I think was his overriding thought. He can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what Flippy's point is/was in that situation. Baldy, I'm still waiting, by the way. When's the next football stream? Like a football watch-along, OUFC? Good question. Is it Champions League next week? I think it is. Champions League. Yes, it is. So, the next football stream will probably be... No, it will definitely be Tuesday, Club Brugge against Man City. On Tuesday, OUFC. Is the next football stream. Will we do one on Wednesday? Maybe. I'll probably do a joint stream, maybe. Maybe I can look at 2 games, like I did last time. We can look at the City Bruges game, and then maybe... Oh, we can look at Atletico Madrid-Liverpool as well. That's an interesting game, so we'll look at both those games. So we'll stream both of those games. Good stuff. Yes, halves. Yes, we'll be streaming that game as well. It's still 3-1, by the way, in the game. Nothing's really happening now. He's had all the backing. Yes, and Tayab now, the question is, give him a whole season. Now he's you're right, he has had the backing. He has had the backing now. So now we need, or he's had more backing anyway. So now we need to give him a whole season. We need to give him a whole season, see how he does. If he performs, brilliant. If he doesn't, then I'll say he should lose his job. But until that happens, I'll continue to. I don't know why I'm so. I don't know why I'm so invested in it, because I don't really care, because I'm not a United fan, obviously, so it doesn't really affect me. But that's just my neutral take on it. You may potentially be in the same stadium. Ooh, yes, Baldy, it was in the 2013-14 season, because it was when City won the league under Pellegrini. Wait, 13-14, and Man City won 2-0. Vincent Kompany got a red card, David Silva scored a screamer, and then Dzeko scored in like the 90th minute to make it 2-0. And I remember City fans were singing, because that was the time when Hull City were potentially being renamed Hull Tigers or something. So we were chanting, Tigers, give us a roar. Tigers, Tigers, give us a roar. I remember it well. Memories. I've still got my tickets. I keep on my away ticket, so it'll be at home somewhere in my little collection that I've got. That was a good day. I can't really remember much about Hull, because normally we just like go to a pub, maybe have some chips, and then go to the football and then drive straight back. So there you go. Oh, sorry, even if it's dead that the government's building apartments and stuff in it, well, there you go. You gotta build. You gotta build. Is it a bit like Australia where there's loads of untouched land, everyone lives in a similar bit? Oh yeah, because Australia, like, most of it's like, what's it called, the outback? Talk about 4 circles, the Baldy, there you go, it was destiny, mate, it was destiny. I don't know how to score a back heel, Spurs fan, absolutely not. Yeah, it is early on. I don't even think we played 10 games in the Premier League, have we? Like, you know, I think that we need to take a chill pill and give him a whole season. Give him a whole season with this squad, with a very good squad that should be challenging. And if he doesn't challenge, or he's not even close to challenging, then yeah, sure, he's not good enough. He's done all he can. Thank you, Ollie, for the memories. Thank you for this transition period. But right now we need to move on. Blah, 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 all that good stuff. And then, you know, you can look at replacements. But until that happens, I think we should just... don't know why I'm saying we, because I'm not a United fan. But I think one should be more chilled out about the whole situation. Ollie in all the way, says Mo. Again, I'm not saying Ollie in for banter or because I think that he will make United fail. I'm saying it because I think he should stay. We got Leo, my boy, back. Leo, your 7-1 is on. If Spurs score another 4 goals in 28 minutes, it's game week 8. There you go. So we haven't even played 10 games. So yeah, it's fun. This is the issue though, like, because football is football fans in particular are very reactionary and very fickle and very not short-minded. They've got very short memories. I feel like. and a week is a long time in football. So yeah. To see what happened in Inter and Lazio, I did not. Was there like some racist incident or something? Because I think Lazio famously is quite a racist club, unless I'm mistaken. I reckon at that time I could have won the league with City, said Big Beefy. Oh, you were sick, Baldy? Oh gosh. Well, that's a shame. Well, I feel bad for chanting bad stuff at you now. A Spurs player is being booked here. I think it was I don't know who that was. Someone. I think it was Romero. Let's have a look. See. Oh yeah, he just sort of pushes him in the face, I think. Oh no, does he give me a yellow card for diving? I think he's just giving Willock a yellow card for diving. I'm not sure though. Oh no, he gave it to Emerson for an earlier incident. Never mind. If he bought defensive mid, he would have all the backing. If they signed a defensive mid, that would have been literally a perfect window for them. Because they sorted out, because there were, for me, again, I've talked about it on the YouTube channel, LNobbins FC. There were 3 key positions they needed to improve on. It was centre half, it was someone to play on the right side of the attack, and it was a defensive-minded midfielder. They sorted out 2/3 of that, but they just fell at the final hurdle. They needed a defensive midfielder, so they signed Ronaldo. Yeah. Which is a very Man United thing to do, honestly. The signing doesn't make logical sense, hence, it makes logical sense for United to sign him. And St. Maximin just kicked the crown then, that was quite funny. It's okay to want a manager out, but if you want the team to lose, the manager gets sacked. Alper says being a bad fan. Yeah, I think that's a bit mental, isn't it? Hull Tigers, yeah, exactly, Baldy, yeah. Tigers gives a roar, Tigers gives a roar. And Spurs coming forward again, Newcastle having to commit bodies forward, but it's 2-on-2. Here is Son. Can he slip Kane in? No, he loses the ball instead. And Don Belli's had a good game, by the way. He's looked very fun on the ball. I'm fuming, had Son in my FPL, but then heard his COVID rumours and got him out. Welp. That's an L. I can't remember who else is in my fantasy team. All I know is Salah is my captain. I've got Ronaldo. I've got Calvert-Lewin, but he was injured, wasn't he? I've got Bernardo, and he scored, so that was good. Do I have anyone else? Well, I must have someone else. I've got Trent. He would have got a clean sheet, wouldn't he? Ben Mee is injured. Ayling's injured. Calvert-Lewin's injured. All my players are injured. Right, nah, less of that. What's Leo saying about me? What is Leo saying about me, the little rat? No, Leo, less of that. It's not a United. 1, it's not a fan channel. 2, even if it was going to be a fan channel, it's not going to be a bloody United fan channel. You've got Son captain Wavy, and there are the Newcastle. Well, one of the Newcastle owners looking solemn. Probably thinking, fucking hell, we're going to have to spend a lot to shift this deadwood. Because honestly, in the Newcastle team, you can look at it just below me. There's a lot of shit in that team. No offence, bit of offence. I think that St. Maximum is good. I think Willock will be good. I think Willock's good. I like Wilson. I like Lascelles as well. But I don't know if the rest of the team are really that good long term. Shrewsbury fan channel. Hey, Joe Hart did. He came from Shrewsbury, didn't he? Bernardo's the most underrated player in the Prem. This season, honestly, I mean, it's early days, but this season has been his best season, I'd say. This has definitely been the best football I've seen him play. I don't know if that's because rumours were he wanted to go, and I believe those rumours, but the deal couldn't be made because COVID happened and stuff. So I don't know if he's just, well, he's very in terms of like how he carries himself when he's playing, like he's always running around. He's a creative player as well, don't forget. He's always running around. He always puts in the most yards. So I think it's probably more than just playing for a move or whatever they call it. I think he's just doing it because he's that good. But he's been brilliant. And now it's like, oh, please don't go because you're brilliant. Laporte or Stones asks Tab. Laporte is City's best defender. So Laporte. Big beefy now. Now, I feel like if anything, if I converted to, I mean, I'm not a fan channel anyway, but if I became a United fan, I think if any, and just, you know, focused on United games, I feel like if anything, I'd get less views because you're competing with, like, you know, the likes of Goldbridge, for example, so you'd probably get less views if anything. You need a full new defence except Lascelles. Yeah, I like Lascelles. As I say, Wavy, if you have a look at my Newcastle YouTube video, I did do a predicted lineup for Newcastle in 5 years' time, and Lascelles stayed there. You went to school with Lascelles' little brother. At Monaco, he was clear. Who's that? Sorry, is that Bernardo? He was good. There's so many good players in that Monaco side, by the way. City wanted 2 of them. The other one, you know, less said the better. Oh, and Dombele was nearly in there, by the way. Laporte is indeed better than Diaz, definitely. Diaz had a better season last season than Laporte, but Laporte was mainly injured and stuff. But in terms of overall, play as a defender, Laporte is easily better than Diaz. He's just so good. He's so good. And the other thing with Diaz is he's only had one. I've only seen him for 1 season. I would be lying to you if I told you I watched any Benfica, last year. So when Diaz was playing for them, so I can't even use that so I can only really use his time at City. And it was a fantastic season, one of the best seasons. Probably that season was better than any season Laporte's ever had. But it was only 1 season, so I can't base his whole performance off him. So I just think in general Laporte is better. Laporte's positioning is better, his playmaking is better. I think Diaz sometimes makes good last-ditch challenges, but if you've got to make last-ditch challenges, that inherently is potentially an issue in itself. So that's what I'd say. Flippy Flop says, the board didn't back Ollie last season, we might have got close to City, they backed him properly, we're top of the league in December, then it all fell apart, City went on a mad run. It's only really been, under Ollie, I think it's only really been this the most recent transfer window where I've gone, okay, now these are a number of good signings. So I think you're right. I think this would probably be the first season where I'd go, this is a season where he's been, quote, properly backed or whatever, like all at once. Laporte's quality was forgotten about because of his injury. Yeah. Well, the thing with, because Laporte got angry, and rightly so, because he is the best left-footed centre-back in the world. So he would be annoyed that, you know, John Stones was playing over him. But Stones and Diaz formed such a great partnership that you couldn't really separate them. Because by the time Laporte regained his fitness, it was like crunch time in the season, especially in the Champions League. It was like, you can't really break up the partnership just because on paper Laporte's better than Stones. So he was rightly a little bit annoyed he wasn't getting as much game time. This season, he will play much more. And you saw it against Burnley. It wasn't Laporte who was rested, it was Diaz who was rested, and Stones came into the picture. So Laporte will, I think, as long as he stays fit, that is the issue with Laporte. He has got big injuries in recent years, like 1 a season it seems. If he can stay fit, he will be City's main centre-half. And that's a tip to any fantasy Premier League experts out there, any fantasy Premier League players out there, by the way. If you've got a City centre-back in your side, it should be Laporte. That's free. You can take that tip to the bank. You can bank it. You know what I mean? Just like Deal or No... No, it's not the one, Deal or No Deal. Shit, what was that programme with that ginger with the glasses? Not Anne Widdicombe, fucking hell. Anne Robinson, who must be the weakest link, that's the one. So yeah. Laporte had to switch nations because he knew Varane was clear. Nah, there was an issue with Deschamps and Laporte. There was something personal going on there. Jamesy loves Laporte. I love him as well, honestly. He's my boy. But let me know what you think about Laporte. Have I talked bollocks there? Let me know. He's definitely the best. I think he is definitely the best left-footed centre-back in the world. And there aren't that many, so the pool isn't as large. But he's no Wesley Fofana. What foot is Fofana actually, Leo? I actually don't know. As far as I'm aware, he plays on the right, so I'm assuming he's right-footed, but let me know. Let me know if that's correct or not. This was Newcastle fans going into this game.
I'm telling you right now, we're gonna win the Champions League!
That was the optimism, and now it's just this.
It's time to go!
That's what they're all saying to Stevie Bruce. Most teams couldn't fit a lot of Liverpool players because... What's that, sorry? Most teams couldn't fit a lot of Liverpool players because Klopp molds players to fit the system. Sorry, Calves, I don't know what that means. For far as quality, he's right footed. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's very good. Deschamps weird. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, I was going to say, it worked for him at the World Cup because they won it, but Laporte was unbelievable for Spain. Laporte was unbelievable for Spain at the Euro, so he made and Varane was shit by comparison. And not just Varane, was it Longley, the other centre-back? So France's centre-halves were shit, whereas Laporte had a banging tournament, so he made a mistake there. Mr. Deschamps doesn't play Martial, he's crazy. Thing is, I wasn't expecting it. Oh yeah, Wavy, it was just a joke. But Wavy, what do you think? Sorry if I've already asked you. If and when do you think Newcastle will win the Premier League? Was it Koundé for some games? I feel like against Switzerland, I feel like the main centre-half partnership was Varane and Longley. I just remember that. Well, I'm pretty sure I remember that being the case against Switzerland. I just remember them being shambolic in that game. Isn't Koulibaly a left footer? He might be, but he's not better than Laporte. He's a bit of a disappointment, Koulibaly. I think Koulibaly's a bit of a disappointment. Because there was always talk about him, him joining City, for example. He was actually a priority over Diaz. But how old is he? 29, 30 now? I think he's 28, 29, 30. No, it sounds like I'm having a go at Napoli, but they aren't one of the elite sides, and I feel like Koulibaly probably could have played at that level, so it's a shame. But Napoli are awful to do business with. I think their owner is he does something to do with broadcast media, so he's very adamant when it comes to image rights, something like that. I don't know the exact details on that, but it's something like that. Oh, Koundé played right back. Oh, I thought it was I thought Pavard played right back. It was Kimpembe. Well, whoever played in the French defence, they were shambolic. I mean, fucking Rabiot at left wing back or whatever it was. 2025. So, really, wait, Wavy, do you think Newcastle coming in 4 years' time? Oh gosh, I think that's very optimistic. Thoughts on Grealish? Love him. He's topping the charts for progressive carries forward this season. Again, not a surprise because he's quality. He's aged poorly. In Newcastle in the league in 28-29. Yeah, I think maybe 10 years we're talking. It was Varane and Kimpembe, okay. Well, they had a poor tournament then. Koulibaly going to Newcastle. Oh, yeah, that might be interesting. Koundé played there as well at some point. Oh, I see. Digne was shocking as usual. Did Digne play? I didn't even realise. Tank League's weird. Spurs almost got Dybala but couldn't get his image rights. Yeah, there are weird deals. Like Spain's weird as well. Like you've got to have a release clause in your contracts, for example. Really weird. Well, Joyce. The reason why I think City could do it in 4 years, but I think Newcastle will take much longer, is because City were in a better financial position. City had a better playing squad, and also City didn't have to contend with FFP at that point, so they could basically. They didn't really need to worry about FFP because it didn't exist until 2010, 11. So they didn't actually need to worry about it. Mo said something about Liverpool and I've missed it. System Liverpool players are different than pretty much all of the teams. Game pressing Klopp uses the reason he doesn't buy a 10. He gets the ball early and then only one pass away from a goal scoring opportunity. At halves, sorry, I don't understand this comment. Most teams couldn't fit a lot of Liverpool players because Klopp molds players to fit the system. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Can you clarify for me, please? I feel like there's a good point, but I don't. My little brain can't understand it. I'm sorry. They won the Champions League before City. Oh, I hope not. He's topping the falling over charts. Well, no, well, interestingly enough, he's not. He's actually 4th most for players fouled. Pedri 1 billion, is that true? Surely not. Yes, would be a better financial position, yes. In terms of generating more money. Yeah. Newcastle could potentially spend 500 mil this summer and still be within FFP. If they spend 500 million this summer, it won't happen. If they did, they wouldn't be able to spend any money for the next 2 years because FFP is measured over a 3-year period. Amanda Staveley's come out and said we'll be spending around £250 million over the next few years, but that's not on the squad. That's just on the whole enterprise generally. So that means probably more like, you know, infrastructure improvements. So that probably means more like 200 million on the squad in the next 4 years, which equates to around 50 million a year for the next 4 years net. So actually, when you think about it, it's not actually that much when you think of how much money is being spent in the Prem. It will be slow. It will be a slow and steady approach. They're not going to rush it. Lucas with the long shot. There is still a football match going on. It will be slow and steady. It will be measured. They won't rush anything. And I think that is the correct approach, honestly. Oh, goodness me. Sorry, I'm missing these comments. What's this? Gerard Patson. What's this? Oh, sorry, manager. Manager is Gerard. Oh, so you give me a team. Oh, let's have a look. Vardy. Ibra. Could they stay beyond relegation? Oh, they were checking for a penalty, by the way. Let's go to VAR. VAR checking the decision. That'll be a big if. Basically means some Liverpool players wouldn't fit into other teams. Oh yes, you're absolutely right there, yeah. Liverpool players are quality when they need to be played in a system like Trent doesn't suit Southgate's tactics. Yeah, halves, I do, it wasn't a penalty by the way, I do agree with that. VAR check complete. So why Henderson, even though, I don't want to make this a game of FIFA ratings, but let's use a quote rating system for example. I don't know, let's say you give Henderson like a 7 or an 8 out of 10 as a player or whatever. The fact that he is, you know, in general, maybe he would be that in like you throw him into a team, maybe he'd be a 6 or a 7. But you throw him into a Klopp team and he's like a 9 or even a 10. Not he is the number 9 or number 10. No, he's like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 because of the way he plays to suit the system. And this is also, it's very clever from Klopp. It's also good because it means that Klopp's system doesn't actually, oh, Fraser with the volley, but not quite. It's also how Klopp is able to compete with players that aren't quite as expensive, because in the midfield especially, he doesn't need someone like De Bruyne, for instance. He doesn't need someone like David Silva, who would go in general for more money. So it's very clever, and it means that you can utilise your resources better, because you don't need to have a technically gifted, unbelievable, world-class midfielder like De Bruyne. You can have someone, this isn't me dissing Henderson by the way, because I love Henderson. You can have someone like Henderson, or like Wijnaldum. More of a, and the Trent example you gave was good as well. And as I say, that's the reason why he doesn't play for England, because Walker is a more rounded right back. But in general, Trent is a better right back, isn't he? But it also works because Liverpool's creativity comes from the wide areas. So yeah, it's clever from Klopp. It's clever from Liverpool, and it means that and actually that's counter to Pep's style, because Pep's style of play, positional play, requires you to be exceptionally. Shelvey's just hacked down Regulon here. That'll be an immediate yellow card. Requires you to be exceptionally gifted technically, and obviously those players are more expensive. He's actually been sent off here. It's a red card for Shelvey. And there's the red. Confirmed. Jonjo Shelvey with the second yellow card. I don't really know why he did that, because there was a player in front of the attacking. I think Regulon was the one attacking. So he didn't need to foul him. That just seemed like a really lazy, I can't be arsed with this game anymore. I mean, Shelby's shit. Shelby's always been like a myth, hasn't he? So there you go. John Joe Shelby is a nutter. I don't know why I did that foul. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? The 2006 World Cup, there's so many legends in the tournament. I had to think for a second, who won that? Yeah, Italy won it, didn't they? But yes, so that's my assessment of Liverpool. And then we got Mike Dean, who he's not refereeing today, but there you go. Bad decision from Shelby. I don't know why. I don't know why he's still at Newcastle. I think he's a bit shit. No, he is shit. He is shit. I think he's got a bad attitude. Clearly, and I think he's one of those players that needs to be moved on. Voldemort, what are you playing at? Hey Jack, how are we? I'm doing well. How have I been? Yeah, Jack, I'm great. How about yourself? Came with a free kick, hit straight into the wall. We're vibing out here with my boys in the chat. I'm very happy with this layout, by the way. I know I keep going on about it, but I think it looks so much nicer. I once had a Newcastle fan tell me John Joe Shelby is a better passer than Maddison. I imagine what he means by that is Shelby's got like a long range of passing, hasn't he? But I think the era of Shelby's come and gone. I'm not comparing him to Pirlo by any means, but it does sort of remind me of that sort of player. And in the Premier League especially, I don't know if that player really works. Was it a red? Asks Not So Slim Shady. It was a second yellow for Shelby, definitely a red. He just brought Reguilon down, didn't really need to. Easy second yellow, sent off, silly from him, but there you go. Norris Olmo. I mean, the match is nearly over anyway, we're in the 85th minutes, don't worry about it. Flippy flop, stop it. He just thought he was better at passing the ball. Oh, I see. Tillman's the clear above. Tillman scored that goal. I did see the Tillman's goal. That was. Do we think that was a shot? I think he intended it. It was a really odd shot / cross. What do we think? Did he mean it? Was it a cross that turned into a beautiful shot? I personally want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say it was a shot, but let me know what you guys think. I've only seen it once, so I haven't analysed it properly. But let me know what you think. Did he mean it? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Danbot asks, "You'd like to kiss me? Is that wrong?" I mean, I'm a very sexual man, so no. Oh god. Saying Shelby is reduced. I will be doing it. I'm sure we will get the next video in that series. Explaining football positions will be with a Ramdeuter. So stay tuned for that. But we will be. What? I mean, I'll be looking at all the football positions eventually. The next video on the channel will be my Man City matchday vlog. I might do a video on the whole Ole Gunnar Solskjaer situation, just because that seems to be a hot topic. I don't know if I should. I might do though. But yes, the Ramdeuter one will be coming soon, I'm sure. He intends to put it into where it's a goal if no one touches it, and it's a goal if it gets headed. Smart fella. There you go. You see, the bold Belgian beast strikes again. Oh, goodness me. And also, guys, there is no more watch-along delay. I'm very happy with that. Means you don't have to worry about spoiling it. You can't spoil it for me because I'm watching it live. How great is that? How great is that? There is no delay. He's such a baller. If he goes, I'll cry. Where would he go though? Like, I don't think he would. I don't think he'd go to anywhere else in the Prem. I think well, Leicester competing for top 4. I think that's probably his level. I think at this point, anyway. Kane scored. Yeah, he scored the second goal for Spurs. It was a very good goal as well, by the way. Madrid, Barca, Bayern, or Liverpool. Well, I don't know about Barca because of how financially in the shit they are. Bayern would be an interesting one. Megan Borg, thank you so much for following the Twitch. Do feel free to get involved in the chat. Unpopular opinion, I think Lukaku will flop at Chelsea again. Well, Harvs, he's not flopping right now. He's doing quite well at the moment. I know that Flippy and I do have our quote agenda against him. I still don't know what to think about Lukaku. Every time I think, yeah, he's still a donkey or whatever. He then, like, you know, scores unbelievable goals. I'm like, oh wow, you know, he's the real deal after Inter Milan. Blah, blah, blah. And then he goes and does shit again. I'm like, I don't know what to think anymore. I thought he was poor against Juventus, for example. I thought he was poor. I thought he was pretty shit against City as well. I mean, Werner alongside him didn't really help, but oh, and it's been put into the back of the net by Eric Dyer, who scored a travesty of an own goal. That was really weird. He was a hero earlier in the game in a way by alerting the Newcastle doctor to the fan who had a cardiac arrest, but that was a really weird thing. The ball comes in from a free kick, and Dyer doesn't really know what to do. He's trying to clear it. There's no Newcastle player near him, and it just goes in off his thigh, I think. I think he's trying to head it away. It gets his head down. It actually comes off his knee. Just gets it all wrong. And but the fans are celebrating and kicking off. The England fans are celebrating because an England player has scored a goal, but he scored an own goal. He's Dyer at football, yeah. What's happened? Do you remember when Eric Dyer was good? Do you remember that briefly? Like around 5 years ago when he was actually a good player. Good times. He's inconsistent at best and his shins are trampolines. Oh god. No, Leo, I didn't. What's that? Eric Dyer to Newcastle. Well, he scored a great goal for you. He played for us in the 2018 World Cup. Yeah, but he wasn't good though, was he? Like really, he wasn't good. Even then, I was like, why is Eric Dyer playing? Yeah, he had that one good moment, but I don't think he was actually good, was he? Shane Long to Newcastle, says Leo. There's 3 minutes of injury time still to play. Something interesting could happen. Whether it will, probably not, because Newcastle have 10 men. This is where Spurs just need to chill out. I think 3-2 does 3-2 does what? Flatter. It does flatter Newcastle because Spurs have been much the better side. I think a 1 goal difference doesn't really reflect the dominance that they've had in the game. Newcastle, apart from the second minute when they went 1-0 up, they haven't really ever looked like being in the game. And that's reflected in the XG stats. Look at that. 0.55 for Newcastle, 1.58 for Spurs. You see, the stats don't lie. And your boy doesn't lie either. Confirmed. 2 minutes left of this game, and this will just... I think that... will Newcastle... Is it second bottom? Let's have a little... Let's have a look. We can have a look at the table together, actually. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing I've gone on. Lol. Let's have a look at the table of destiny. Where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you. We can have a look at the table. Well, I can anyway. Yes, and Newcastle will remain in second bottom. Burnley lost, obviously. Norwich lost as well. And they will still be in the relegation zone. Not a good time for the Newcastle. Yeah, I mean, they scored 2 goals today, which is better than I thought they would do. But ultimately, it's been largely irrelevant. Just 90 seconds left. Son's just keeping it in the corner. And Ndombele, who I think has had a very good game, scored that lovely first goal as well to kick things off. I think Harry Kane's played well. I think Lucas has done well. Spurs once again questionable defending at times. But if they get the win, they get the win, so they'll be happy with that. I just praise them, Dombele. He gives the ball away. Oh, he just won a free kick, so it's all good. It's all good. My boy, I feel like there have been a lot of yellow cards in this game as well. I think I predicted like 2 yellow cards for this game. There was like a... What? It's not Super 6, but it's the one where you can like predict stuff for an individual thing to happen in the game. There was no need for Joe Linton to foul him either, because the ball had been played away, like he wasn't going anywhere. So that was a bit of a weird decision by Joe Linton. A bit of petulance. Only 40 seconds left to play. It's probably going to be how this game will end. And because I'm so confident a goal isn't going to go in, we can go, let's go to my... Welcome to my room, guys. This is what my room definitely looks like, 100%. Hope you like the decor. Oh, wow, that is... That's popping off. We don't like that, do we? Let's just do that. There we go. Hope you like the decor of my room. I decorated all of this just for you guys. Really hope you appreciate the effort and endeavour I've gone to. You know, I cleaned up the place, you know what I mean? I cleaned up the place just for you guys. So you better appreciate the effort. Last time United fans wanted the manager out, Shaqiri got him sacked. Now it's Minamino's turn. What did Shaqiri do to get him sacked? I actually can't remember. It was obviously when Jose was manager, but I can't remember what happened. Honestly. I can't remember. But there we go. Spurs trying with one last rally. We're actually 30 seconds over the allotted time. And there we go. Full time confirmed. Full time confirmed. Spurs have beaten Newcastle United 3-2 in the Premier League. Newcastle once again in the mud. What else is new? Water is wet. Spurs actually getting a win, which is, you know, that's the thing. I think Spurs actually move up to 5th place. I'm pretty sure. Let's just have a little double check about that. If I go to the Premier League table. Yes, so Spurs are currently in 5th place. They are now 1 point ahead of United. Newcastle safe second bottom. Danbot, I do stream on TikTok sometimes, yes, but I mainly stream on Twitch, honestly, because TikTok is shit. Frankly, TikTok is a shit app, and Twitch and YouTube are infinitely better. Yeah, my salmon shirts. Yeah, they're in my my salmon shirts are in my wardrobe, aren't they? I don't have my wardrobe in this room, so you know, don't worry about it. Gone off the bench, scored a brace. Oh, gotcha. But yes, guys, this is my room. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been good stuff. Hopefully the fan who had the cardiac arrest is all okay. Hopefully. I don't know much about that, so I'll investigate, because I want to know that they're alright. The next stream will be tomorrow, 5 PM, NUFC. Make sure you're here for that if you want to see us prosper and succeed. If you want to cheer on the Nabinios, cheer on the boys. Eat, skeet, delete, guys. Have a lovely evening. And I will see you all next time, tomorrow. Bye!